You're watching my favorite YouTube channel. Hello, Dre Mac.
What's up?
What's your YouTube channel?
It's the Dre Mac Show.
Hey, other guy, Torian. What's your YouTube channel?
Not other guy. You know my channel, Torian Rain Reloaded.
Yes, and you fixed the echo issue.
Yeah, I just put my earbuds in and connected to a Bluetooth.
Can I still say the joke I was gonna say? You were Torian Rain reverbing.
Oh my God.
Yo, lots of things to touch on today.
Throw tomato.
Hold on, wait a minute. It's Pantheon, right? It's PATHEON?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I was
Yeah. Spread the word. Let everyone know. Andre,
I'm
Ware
sure
didn't
just
need
streaming
that.
this to my channel.
Lawrence didn't need that. We're all here. There are a few things to touch on. Scream for all the horror people. We got to talk about Kang, which is what you were talking about in your stream earlier today. And I've always been against race swapping and
Not that one though. Not that one.
We'll do the Kang race swap. We'll get there.
Just because of the history of Rama Tut,
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, we gotta get this. We gotta get this from the past because they already was tripping from the beginning. They retconned it because Rama Tut was actually a different character, and then they retconned it, said it was Kang. So just because they did that, I want them to retcon that brother to be black.
Do you want to start with the Kang stuff? Not with Star Wars Visions or not with any of the other stuff? Torian starting with Kang?
We can start with Kang.
We can.
All right.
Are you cool about that, Tori? I know you got some tang. I don't know if you want to start with Kang.
You crazy.
No, I'm just silent because I'm thinking of other words that rhyme. I'll be like, hey, Torian, what are you gonna do with your wang?
Oh,
What?
What?
Is there anything that she brang?
She banged.
What's good,
Why
y'all?
did I think of that?
What's up?
Why did I think of that contestant from American Idol when you said that? Remember that?
William Hung.
Yeah, William Hung. That goes down in history as one of the worst American Idol auditions of all time.
Oh man, most definitely.
You guys remember the first season when Ryan Seacrest had like a co-host with him?
Mm-hmm. I used to watch it every year.
When did you stop watching it?
What was it? After was it Kelly Clarkson? Was it her and Ruben? What?
She was first.
Kelly Clarkson was first. Then Ruben, when Fantasia was on there. I think
the one with Fantasia was probably the best season.
Yeah,
that's the one where Jennifer Hudson was on there with her.
With Jennifer Hudson, she came looking like a baked potato. And then no, her audition when she came on stage, she had that silver outfit on. She looked like a baked potato. I'm sorry, I love her, but she knew what she was looking like when she got on stage.
She lost in 7th place, right? 7th.
Yeah, but that was the best season because that was competition.
That was a controversial one right there because it came down to Jennifer Hudson, Fantasia, and it was some other black girl on there, and people was mad about that. But you know, it all worked itself out in the end because Fantasia went on to go on and have a great career, still has a great career, and Jennifer Hudson, I mean, look at her resume.
She had the right agent to put her in the movie. Wait, hold on. How did I forget the name of that movie?
Dreamgirls.
Dreamgirls.
And I still think Dreamgirls is one of the best musicals of all time.
Oh, definitely.
Period.
And she won her Oscar on that.
It's a different show now.
Yeah, I don't watch.
I'd rather watch The
anymore.
Voice.
Oh yeah.
I don't watch any of it.
They still got Seacrest though. Seacrest the only. Sorry, what you were saying, Torian?
Nah, my mother, she watches all those competition shows like The Voice, America's Got Talent, American Idol. Remember they used to have a show on called The X Factor?
Yes,
I do remember.
I actually did like The X Factor a little bit more than American Idol. I think X Factor was like that cousin, that long distance cousin that came to visit and just kind of took over everything. X Factor I did kind of like a little bit once. American Idol for me started to fizzle out as far as my personal viewership. Then X Factor came in, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm locked in with this."
I see Seacrest on Wheel of Fortune. He's like 50 with the same hairdo. I see him on live.
Listen, Ryan Seacrest is gonna always chase a bag. He always gonna get a bag.
I'm mad at him.
I mean, this man has a hand in almost every form of entertainment you can think of. He was on American Idol. He has his own radio show. I remember back in the day on what used to be UPN. He had his own. It was like a radio show, but it was live. It was like a live radio show where guests would come on and perform. And for those out there who don't know, UPN was a network that had mostly all urban television shows on it, like all the urban sitcoms and everything like that. And then you had WB. And WB was like, that was where you saw all the suburban based kind of shows on there. But then eventually what happened is they merged to make what you now know as the CW.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Where you had the Arrowverse on there. You had Supernatural on there. Supernatural was my show. It was a lengthy show as far as how many seasons it had, but it was a damn good show. I think the show came out in 2005 and it got canceled, I think, in 2021. That's a long time for a show. Do you know how many stories you have to creatively keep coming up with to keep that show going like that?
Facts.
My favorite show, one of my favorite shows was Lost, and they told us that they only had 3 seasons. Things were extended, and it was hard to keep writing. So yeah, whenever they go 10 seasons plus, you know that the writers didn't have 10 seasons in mind, unless you're One Piece.
And that thing has been going on for what? How long?
Since we were born. No, not all of us.
Well, we said Lost.
Yeah, Lost was awesome. It was 6 seasons, but they kept.
You know what's so crazy? I didn't watch one episode of Lost, but I always heard how good of a show it was.
What was great about it was when they cut to commercial break, you're always like 4 commercial breaks every episode. Cliffhanger. What are they gonna do? They kept doing that, and then you watch the commercials. You wouldn't even dare change the channel to see the game or to see something. You would just stick with it because if you missed 10 seconds, you were fearful. Mm-hmm. One Piece started in 90s.
And see, that was back in the day. Back then, you had to have caught the show in real time as it was on. Because, see, unlike the streaming era that we are in, where you can miss it, but you can always have time to go back and watch it. Back then, it was one of 2 things. You were either, 1, going to catch it in real time, or 2, if you had a VCR, you had to set it to record that episode. Then, of course, you had to fast forward through all the commercials, so you didn't have to sit there and watch a whole hour of a show. So it basically cut the time down. So instead of watching like 60 minutes of a show, you were probably watching maybe 45 minutes.
They got the same writer who did that show Lost now to do Lanterns, so that's going to be something I'm interested in seeing.
Cool.
Okay. We brought up radio shows and what's his face. Let's just skip to the Breakfast Club, who to ask Jeremy Renner yesterday, or a week ago, about Jonathan Majors. He says, I don't know much about that situation. He deserves to get his job back. Jeremy Renner knew the follow-up question from Charlemagne was, what about your issues? And he handled that one well. I watched, what's that guy named Armin from Comic Book Cast on YouTube say, well, this is the worst, and he should keep his mouth shut. He doesn't know. And his whole comment section lit him up saying, I actually agree with Jeremy Renner. Jonathan Majors should still be Kang. So I think we're all 3-way in agreement that Majors as Kang, he gets his job back, gets his career back, and things get to move forward. So for the person, we want it. All of us.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. But this is my question, and I've said this multiple times. I was talking to my brother about this before the stream. 1, why is Jeremy Renner on the Breakfast Club? That's question number 1. Just let's be honest. What does Jeremy Renner have to do with the Breakfast Club?
He's on promotion.
He's promoting that on his show, Mayor Kingstown.
But on the Breakfast Club, where a majority of his audience is not at. But
still such
hold up, I'm gonna put the tinfoil hat on. But who also helps co-produce with Jonathan Majors on certain projects is Charlemagne.
Yeah.
So now you're bringing somebody in from Marvel. Marvel agrees, or it was just not Marvel, but Jeremy Renner agrees to go on set Breakfast Club, knowing questions might come up about a former employee to gauge what the audience thinks about said employee. So what I believe is this was all to see, hey, what is the heat on Jonathan right now? Is people going to be so tripping about Jonathan, or are people going to be saying, you know what? We really want Kane the Conqueror. We want Jonathan to get his job back. We would like to see Kane the Conqueror and Robert Downey Jr. is doomed. They're engaging no different than Damson taking those photo ops at Vogue. All it is to let's get engagement. What is the people saying? What they say about how many how many points are you up? You know what I mean? Let's get these points up. That's what I'm looking at when it comes to this.
Someone just said that Mayor of Kingstown is a fantastic show. Mayor of Kingstown is a black show.
I know a lot of people who watch that. I don't watch it, but I know a lot of people who do watch it.
But it's not something that you like. Yeah, that's something that Jeremy Renner will be on. The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club has had people on there before that I never thought would actually.
Well, Candace Owens
be
being on there, but I know that's where you was going. I knew that's where you was gonna go to.
Actually, it wasn't. But you brought her up. But oh my God, don't get me started on that woman.
Yeah, but
I'm having a good day so far.
The audience is so large. They got like millions of listeners on podcasts, the YouTube audience, and then the actual radio show on that morning, people listening to it. And I think they air on BET, don't they? So they've got so many different.
What you talking about? The Breakfast Club?
Breakfast Club. That when you have that many people, even if it's not, and it is not a black show. I literally just looked at the cast. Even though it's a white show, you can mostly white show. You can still find an audience there in the Breakfast Club because they have such a large audience. At least some people will watch Mayor of Kingstown.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that that's not out of the realm of possibility, right? To bring him in, people like the mayor, of Kingstown. Charlemagne might like the show. Hey, let's bring Jeremy Renner on. But you will ask a particular question that has to do with a particular person that you work with. To me, I said this. There's no coincidence when it comes to Hollywood. When it comes to Hollywood questions, when it comes to certain things, it's no coincidence. There's always something that goes with that. Now, I could be, Stretch Armstrong, and of course, it's okay. I've been doing that. I'm always Stretch Armstrong, but I don't think there's no coincidence. Nope. It was on purpose.
Good. We got the outcome that we would most like to hear. And like I said again, I want him to get his job. I want him to prosper. What I don't do is say that he's good representation. Jonathan Majors playing.
I'm not
Kang.
saying he's good representation.
Representation. Period.
Well, because this is literally him. This is just like him doing Shakespeare to me. The way the conversations that we've had, he loves that character because he could get into all these different things. You know what I mean? Now, is this the original black character from the comics? No. Should have been. With Ramatut, yes, it should have been, because Ramatut in that era would have been blackety black, crispy black. You know what I mean? Crispy black. So yeah. But I get what you're saying. At the same time, I want him to finish the story. And all he really wants to do is just finish that character. Let me do what I did with that character. Finish my story. Let me go on about my business.
You don't get what I'm saying. If I didn't get to say the full thing yet, maybe you heard me say something different in video, but I changed my mind. Can I get it out fully?
My bad.
But just to address what you said, because I was listening, Ramatut, he's not like promised to us, like we don't know that that's the new Kang that they're gonna get focused on Ramatut. So we got to justify it by casting somebody like Jonathan Majors of his Nubian hue.
Not Nubian hue. I never heard it. That's the first I've ever heard that before. If I hear it from anybody else, I'm gonna assume they were lurking in this chat. Yeah, and they heard it from you.
The blackety black, so to speak. I think that if you're gonna go the Ramatut route, I can see how you guys, the studio, could predict that this is gonna cause trouble. Gotta hire the black actor, but that's not what's happening. We've only seen him as He Who Remains. We've seen him as what was the last one?
Let's see. He
Exalted,
remains Kang, Victor Timely,
the Forbidden One.
Scarlet Centurion, Immortus,
Ramatut.
and Ramatut.
But who was the main one in Quantumania? That guy.
That's
That was
the
Kane. That was Kane
Kang.
the Conqueror.
Yeah, that was the exiled one.
Exiled one. So like they didn't do Ramatut yet, so that's why I think that's
I mean, they
weak.
did Ramatut at the end.
I mean, you saw him in the post credit scene.
Yeah, see him in the post credit scene with the Pharaoh. Well, you know who that was,
Yeah.
and it looks very accurate. Look at that nose. That's the kind of that nose should have been on one of the statues they knocked out.
I was getting ready to say that. That's the one Napoleon didn't have blown off.
I was talking to someone in real life, and he was like, "Nah, bro, that's a myth. It's just it didn't stand the test of time. You know, that's all that."
So
was.
why I was about to say, so why didn't the other features fall off during the test of time?
Yeah,
Utterly
right.
Noah, what's
Heard
up?
about.
Shout out to
You still
shout
got
to
some of
Utterly
them out
Noah
there
in the
trying to
house.
say that you still got some of them still trying to say that the pyramids landed here from space, like Martians planted those pyramids there.
I mean, I'm a Martian, so you know.
Okay, so. Yeah, we are talking Kang the Conqueror, and I just want to say that when it comes to race swaps, I always say it doesn't launch a black character, but allows for the studio to say we are using black talent, and they skate by another year or another decade, even when it's reoccurring characters. They skate by without introducing mainstream with their resources, because there's not many Oprahs and Brian Allens out there who can with Hollywood
Robert S.
resources
Smiths.
You got Tyler Perry?
and Tyler Perry's, but with their Tyler Perry budgets are not that high. But the budgets that Hollywood is willing to give, they're gonna spend it, and they're wasting those resources if they're not launching, elevating black characters. If they're just like, well, if we just make this white guy black for this iteration, we get to satisfy people. And look, they're all gonna fight amongst themselves about race swaps, and I hate it. I think it's a psychic mind trick.
And then it's like a thing of, I call it the oh well we tried effect. Like they'll do something with a black character one time as a test run, and if it don't work, they say, oh well we tried. But if it's say a white character, they can mess up 100 times and still go back into the drawing board and saying, what did we do wrong these 100 times so we don't mess up 101st time?
Bingo. Full agreement here.
I mean, I'm trying to think of an example of, even though he's not Caucasian, look at how many opportunities and chances that M. Night shit on everything has received over the years. How many flops and WTFs has this man put out over the years, and he still manages to keep a job. I'm like, every time I said Hollywood should have been done with him after he came out with that trash Last
Avatar.
Airbender. Yes,
Mhm.
that should have been the cap on his entire career. At that point, I didn't care what else he did before that. That was great. But that right there was absolutely atrocious. Let me tell you something. To prepare for watching that movie, I had never seen one episode of The Last Airbender on Nickelodeon up until that point. I decided, and I said it's amazing how the universes align, because they decided that Nickelodeon was going to marathon every episode leading up to the release of the movie. So I literally spent 2 weeks watching nothing but Nickelodeon, like one behind the other. I think they ran the episodes from like 8 in the morning to like 11 at night. And I watched every single episode from all 3 seasons and said, oh my God, how did I go the last how many years and not watch this show? This show is like one of the best animated series that has ever been put on television. I mean, the story, the writing, the characters, the arcs, like every character had an arc, and that's very rare that you give every character an arc. Usually they'll save that for the main character, the antagonist or something like that, but they gave every character a arc. And I go in and I watch this trash movie. That was probably one of the first movies I actually almost got up and walked out on in the middle of it. It was
about The Last Airbender?
Yes, the movie was that bad. And
Yeah,
then
it's hard.
fast forward to last year, well, maybe a couple years ago now, when Netflix announced that they were going to do a live action series of it
But it
for
was good.
Netflix, and at that point, I'm saying to myself, okay, I don't want to get my expectations too high because I still have the remnants of that trash movie. Let me tell you something. Netflix knocked it out of the park. They knocked that first season out of the park, and I was so glad to find out that they got renewed for season 2 and 3 because that means now they can complete. Because that means that they can finish the story because it's only 3 seasons. They don't need to go beyond 3. So I'm glad that that's happening. I can't wait to see what they're gonna bring. Like Netflix, I'm gonna just leave it right there. I already said what I gotta say.
All right, air, water, fire, earth. Which one do you choose?
As far as
Air.
That's easy.
I
Air.
I would
I'll be an
actually
airbender.
I would actually be an earthbender, mainly because of the way when Toph was able to metal bend, I said, "Oh, I'm locked
No,
in."
now I ain't gonna lie.
When she was able to metal, and one thing that I did like is that all of the main characters had another side ability within their main ability. As you know,
Yeah.
Toph, she was an earthbender, but then we found out that she could bend metal, and we know metal is a part of earth. But when
I don't need metal if I
Katara,
can turn my water to ice.
but you know what? But you know what? I'll give you that because guess what? When we found out what Katara's special ability, when she was able to blood bend, when she was able to blood bend. And then he was he crazy. Hey, listen, Sokka did what he could with that boomerang.
Sokka was my boy.
He did what he could with that boomerang, and then he ended up with what's her name? What was her name? One of the Kyoshi warriors.
The Kyoshi.
Yeah, Suki. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And I like that they didn't make him. I'm glad that they didn't make him like Brock from Pokemon. I know Brock was like a simp. He was always chasing behind somebody. Suki actually
But it's Nurse
Sokka.
Jenny though. It's Nurse Jenny. There's every town has a bad Nurse Jenny. I gotta get one of them, and I'm not mad at them.
I don't mean to correct you and be that nerd, but it was Officer Jenny and Nurse Joy. And you
Yeah,
just
Nurse
did it.
Joy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, it was. Yeah. I'm tripping.
Every time he saw either one of them, he would start blushing.
It didn't matter. Nurse Joy, Officer Joy, he's trying to get on.
That's the only time. That's the only time Brock. Listen, that was probably the only time Brock got wide-eyed.
Yeah, Brock was like it was on sight. Yup.
Yeah.
It was all sight. And he had a little hue to him, so I already knew. He was like, hey, Joy, come here real quick.
I remember.
Yo,
Do y'all remember when
jump
remember when they came out with the Pokemon first movie and they and it was the little, I think it was a Dragonite had came and dropped off the little hologram and it was a message and Nurse Joy was the one giving the message and Brock was the one saying, he said, "Hey, does this have a rewind button?" when the message was over.
Yo, I gotta give him props. They made my boy. They did my boy Brock real good. So that's my guy, man. I love Brock and Sokka is still some of my favorite anime male just side characters because they were funny, they're relatable, and hey, you gotta shoot your shot. If you gotta sit in the gym and shoot 100 free throws, 100 3-pointers, hey, I gotta shoot it. They were shooters.
The super chat comes from I'm Too Fly. He says, I feel Netflix Avatar was rough. Acting was too stiff. Katara had a bad actress. A poor actress, a lower than average actress. That could be due to age. That could be due to because they tried to cast quote unquote accurately. Maybe there weren't many options.
That was the issue I had with the movie. I mean, you want to talk about something that was rough. That was terrible. I mean, the casting was bad. The acting was bad. The camera angles. I don't know what M. Night was doing with these close-up shots. And then they tried to make the movie 3D. Even that was bad. I'm like, and that was at the time when 3D was like on the rise of them doing a lot of movies in 3D. because I think that was coming off of the success of Avatar and how great the 3D was in that. I said Avatar, in my opinion, is the only movie I will pay for in 3D. I don't think I will sit in any other movie that has a 3-dimensional feature there unless it's Avatar, because James Cameron knows how to do 3D correctly with that.
M. Night Shyamalan doesn't know how to pronounce Aang's name correctly.
What in the what? I almost walked out on that alone. I was like, wait a minute. I did not spend 2 weeks watching this show to hear them call this kid Aang every episode for me to go into this theater and watch them call him Ong. And then I forgot, I think they had interviewed him and asked him why did he change the pronunciation of the name. And he said some dumb crap. And I said, get this man out of here. You don't just switch up like that.
His name is Shyamalan. You know he gets that mispronounced all the time. So if someone was going to be like, hey, we got to get names right.
That's why I call him M. Night Shit on everything. That should be his name.
Yeah. I about to say, I think Blue call him M. Night Shyamalan. One of them is either Blue or Rashad or M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, but how this man keeps a job? Like whenever I see a movie preview or a trailer and it says directed by or an M. Night film, I'm like, oh God, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. Now, I think the last movie that I watched of his that actually was good was The Visit. I think that was the last good movie I saw from him. Old was terrible. Glass was mid.
Split.
I didn't like that.
Split was actually good. Split was pretty good.
I didn't like the first one. What was the first one called?
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. I didn't like that.
But Split was pretty good though, and that's mainly because, in my opinion, of James McAvoy, his performance was so good, like very good.
Split was decent.
Soon as my man said they called me Mr. Glass, I was out. I need to hear. They call me Glass, mother.
I said, how dare you do Sam Jackson like this?
Yeah, I need Sam Jackson to be like, comic books, mother. Do you read them?
And that is the next topic here. Today, we're doing comic books, as you saw in the beautiful thumbnail. T'Challa is king again? What the hell did I mean by that? Well, spoiler alert for the latest issue of Imperial. You see that dude in the middle of Torian's avatar there? Yeah. Lead character of this Imperial 4-issue space intergalactic comic book series written by Jonathan Hickman, who is unarguably the top writer in Marvel. Inarguably.
Most definitely.
They refer to him in this as a king. I think they called Hulk a warlord, and they give everyone a little name. They call him the king. Okay, that's the first thing to look at, right? Putting respect on the man's name. As us comic book readers, we know that 2 years ago, they made it where T'Challa said, I don't want to be king anymore, or some dumb stuff like that. We all hated it. And they kept that until this issue, because Shuri, as she's talking, says, where is it? It says, and expecting that to be done by politicians, well, that requires trusting them to not see themselves as secret little aristocrats themselves. What a perfect dream that is, and upon waking, a total nightmare. So, we have returned to the old ways, and there T'Challa stands, born and raised to be the strong man. A choice had to be made, and my brother made it. This man,
I love it.
This man is king again.
It
was undone. I want to say celebration, yeah. But we're not really leveling up. We're more so we're down here.
Back to status quo.
Yeah,
it's a little spark, a little spark.
Yeah. So I'll be a little bit happy.
You're not a full blown Jubilee from X-Men performance.
Right, but let's think about it like this: how many years have we been dealing with the bull crap that's been coming with T'Challa? You know what I mean? In the comics, no matter who's writing them. I'm not saying Dr. Eve Ewing's run was just horrible, but it didn't get back to status quo, and that's what everybody kept asking about. They was making it more Batman. We was going back in the past. We were looking at his grandfather or great grandfather. We're not dealing with him, and I understood that, Chill, when we were doing the reviews on the comic book. We're not getting back to status quo, and what about him and him being the focus and him being king and dealing with the politics of being king in Wakanda. We're not getting back to that, so it sucks.
Stark says it sucks, and I agree that we have to celebrate a black hero getting back to the status he was created under. Antoine says hopefully he'll get more respect in the comics. You know who wasn't editing this? That was editing the e-viewing? Will Moss was not the editor here. Some of the big decisions like status quo changing or status changing, I should say, they're done by the editor. The writer is just working within the limits that they have. So
Yeah.
this was Jonathan Hickman, but also whoever was editing it wasn't Will Moss. Wasn't going through, you can't do that, he needs to be down. Okay, so the next page, he's talking to his sister. He's on the right, she's on the left. As you know, Quill got there before you did. He's smarter than he looks, and there might be a bit more of his father in there than most think. Also, Nova's going to be a problem for someone. Do what you can, but not directly. Of course so. Dare I ask? Ask whatever you want, Shuri. Listen to this shit. Listen to this. I have publicly named you consul, so you have the right, and as my blood, you have the privilege. Let me tell you about how smart that was. I've publicly named you my counsel, so you can't turn back on it. It's not something privately that happened. You can't reverse this Will Moss in your next comic book. He said he's publicly named you the counsel. Boom. And then the next words are that it's a privilege. You know, you have the right, and as my blood, you have the privilege. So now you're leveling up and you're boosting Shuri so that they can't say that you're not respecting her, so to speak. Like, that's smart on him because he's predicting what they're going to try to use against him to try to reverse it. He knows that the movies right now are using Shuri right now, and she's the focus. And he's like, "Nah, we're not doing that." But I'm gonna say it in the nicest way. It's like when you're at work and you know how they have these BS promotions. Hey, now you're the assistant manager, and your name tag is in bolder letters, and you know you're the assistant manager. Your pay went up by 35 cents. Like, you get it? Like, that's what he was just doing with Shuri. Your assistant manager, Shuri. But basically, don't come in here saying that you're going to be the king or queen next writer, because I've set that in place.
Right.
And then the next last page that I have to show here on this presentation is when Shuri says that he's expecting me. And he says, well, it's done, my king. Referring to him as my king. You guys are probably focusing on the king part, but he's my king. And that is what I'm talking about. Jonathan Hickman is the man. He is no clown. No clowning around.
What I've always loved about Hickman doesn't give a crap about a lot of what the editors are talking about. He's going to do what he do. You know what I mean? So I'm always going to give him respect on that. Number two, you did what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? You did what you're supposed to do. You didn't beat around the bush. We didn't hear any, I wanted to. Nope. King. That's all we want, king. You know what I mean? So the Black Panther lives.
Actually, we have a new player that has entered the building.
Surprise! Nah, got done trick or treating, y'all. What's going on?
What up? What's
up? Shit, our last people at our house, finally getting it settled down. Good to be here. Thanks for holding it down, Dre Mac, Torian. Appreciate y'all for sure.
No problem.
What we into? What we talking? I know we're probably talking about Jonathan Hickman, right?
You forgot to say it.
Yeah.
Bust down, Pantheonas.
Yeah, we did some Avatar. We did some Hickman. Let's stick with Hickman. Are you aware of what happened in Imperial issue 4 with Jonathan Hickman?
I know that he is that he, being T'Challa, is king again, and there's a segment of folks who are jeering that. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Let them hate.
If they hate, let them hate.
Tis what tis.
That's a fact, Culture Mate. I need to hurry up and get this shit off, to be honest with you. We'll be okay.
You committed. You got to do it all the way through, whole stream. Any more on the Hickman stuff? On you want him to do an ongoing series? What do you think about? What do you think of T'Challa? Are you optimistic? 616 T'Challa.
So, I think that the fact that when we get a writer with Hickman's gravity, we revert back to normal. It number one, it gratifies what I already. Oh shit! Try to take me out. It gratifies what I've been saying about that character already. That it's not just it needs to be a male character. It's not just it doesn't work if it's a male protagonist. We show up to Black Panther for T'Challa, right? And if you're a writer worth half your salt, that's understood, and it doesn't really need to be explained to you. Even a writer who had her own viewpoint or her own story arc that she wanted to go with T'Challa still didn't take the particular King route, but still was centering that character as the main focus. We went all the way out of the Crown City, and we still, we still had some sort of resemblance of a T'Challa story. And so for me, that crosses over into any medium. I think if you're going to tell Black Panther stories without T'Challa, you're doing the project a disservice. So shout out to Hickman for reasserting that, for reaffirming that. You know what I'm saying? To normalizing not what we've been seeing from T'Challa over the last couple of runs, but the fact that this is the ruler of Wakanda. It doesn't seem to be a problem with Odin and Thor and Asgard. Like we're cool with their version of heaven being a monarchy. We're fine with that, right? But then here on Earth, we gotta live democratically everywhere, or else it's it ain't right. I don't really get the anti-monarchy thing about Black Panther.
And I've always looked at. I'm sorry, my fault.
I wasn't gonna do anything but destroy. I was gonna be very destructive and mention the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and that monarchy because me and him were doing it the other week. Go ahead, Dre.
My thing was I think the best writing that I've seen when it comes to Black Panther is when you're dealing with the structure of Wakanda under a monarchy and you get into the Game of Thrones type of dealings where Killmonger, let's be real, in Priest and Reginald Huntland's run, they thought that they could take him and Shuri. Hey, I could rule Wakanda better than him, especially in Priest. In Priest run, it was really Killmonger was another Wakandan who was just as smart, just as strong. And said I can rule it better, and actually ruled it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, until T'Challa came back. But it was still. That's what it should have been about. It should have been a kingship, and how this thing is run. Who's trying to take over? Trying to be king. We should be dealing with those type of politics. Like we do with Game of Thrones. You know what I'm saying? Minus the incest. And I still think it's better stories like that. That's just me personally. I think there's better stories when we're singling it out like that.
Yeah,
it's not just you personally with the incest.
No. Oh, definitely. Listen, that's why as bad as that last was. No, it wasn't the last season. I think it was at the end of season 7 of Game of Thrones. We was holding out hope that Jon Snow was not going to sleep with Dany.
With his auntie?
With his auntie, yep.
With Auntie Dragon.
Granted, in the show, he didn't know that was his aunt. But when us as the audience knowing and seeing that actually it happened, it was like, damn, John was like one of the last people to not engage in that type of behavior. But here we are, and it's like now the cycle is complete.
You know that in real life that his wife was the same girl, Notting Jon Snow, Rose Leslie.
Yeah. What is her name? Ygritte. She was a wildling.
She was. Yeah, I think that also affected the way I saw it, and I shouldn't, because we should be able to separate actors and characters. But I'm like, nah, bro, you met your true love. I saw it.
This is crazy.
Was that a Umar? What do you mean?
Stop.
This is not a Umar.
They forced the whole Dany and John thing on us. It was too late in the series for us to take it seriously.
Yeah.
And then, again, we watched it. We knew the whole time, like, no, that's your aunt, bro. You a Targaryen. You the prince that was promised. It's supposed to be you, not her. And whole time we going through this thing. Oh, woman can't be king. Woman can't be king. Woman can't be king. All of a sudden it's John and Danny, and it's like, oh, he got to bow down. He got to. She got the dragon. She got the dragon. It's like, hold on, man. Why y'all didn't just coalesce behind John?
And what irked me even more than that part was the lead up when every week that came on, and it annoyed us that they kept having Danny do this, was her asking John, well, not even asking him, but telling him to bend the knee. And we was like, if you don't shut up about that bending the damn knee.
I was about to say, man, he got you soldiers. he got you his legitimacy in the North. Like, he doing you a lot of good. Why don't you just shut up and let him have his stuff? If you don't bend the knee. But that was also, right, a part of the whole, that last season, season 8 of turning her into the Mad Targaryen. You know, that was a whole, that was the theme for that entire series was, you know, like, with the Targaryen flip of a coin.
That was the key to her actually doing it. Like, she needed that to happen.
But also, I didn't feel like.
Unfortunately, he did.
Yeah, y'all went 5.5 seasons showing a completely different character, and then tried to convince us that she was crazy the whole time. When she was killing them slavers, and where was that? In not Madripoor. That's a different place. Marine. She was killing them slavers in Marine. She should have killed them slavers in Marine. When she burnt down that house of crazy witches, where all the dead call queens go, or the old call queens after their call dies, she should have burnt that place to the ground. Like, that doesn't make her a tyrant. What made her a tyrant was burning King's Landing to the ground. That was what made her a tyrant.
Europe. Burning Europe to the ground makes you bad. But all the other places in the world, it's okay.
Here go Chill.
That was in the show. There goes Chill. Notice better. They messed that last season up. Mm-hmm.
They really did.
Yeah, she was the breaker of chains. They turned her. They made her into this, like, the white savior lady, right? And then tried to strip it all away like she been the villain. I'm like, hold on, man. Y'all not about to fool me. I know what I've been watching all these times.
Right. They really did mess up the last season.
Scream 7.
Let's do it.
Am I excited?
Excitement levels out of 10. I'm at 1.
I would say
6.
I'm at about 4.
What is this out of?
10.
Oh.
I mean, he did say.
I had to ask because he said it once. That's why I had to say out of. Because it could have been out of 5.
It's a 1 out of 10. I would say that I'm about a 4 because I think they're just trying to do a basic Scream movie. It seems like going back to like the first 3 of them, but at the same time, just like we were just talking about, you can't make me forget what I just seen. Like, am I supposed to forget the last 3 movies, the last 3 Scream movies? So no Rachel Zegler, no Melissa. What's the other chick's name? Barrera. Yeah. So I'm just supposed to forget how that last movie ended. Not Zegler. What's the girl's name?
Jenna Ortega.
Ortega. There you go. Ortega. No Jenna Ortega. No Melissa Barrera. That's where the series was going. We're doing the whole Billy Loomis thing.
Melissa Barrera got a raw deal, and I remember because I had did a video about that on my channel, and that was something that was completely out of the, I guess you say, the wheelhouse for the type of videos that I do. But I felt compelled to do it as a person who's a fan of the franchise. So for those of y'all who don't know, Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega was supposed to be the new
Scream
I guess you could say Scream
Queens,
like
the Scream Queens, absolutely.
And the thing is, when they brought them in, because the thing is, they were trying to phase Sydney out. That was the whole thing. They were phasing the Sydney character out, and they brought them in, and it was kind of a test run when they did Scream because it was made to be like a reboot of the series, and it landed. Like when they brought those 2 characters in, the movie actually did pretty well. It actually landed.
The first one was good, yeah.
And then they came back and then they did Scream 6, which was out of Woodsboro, but they was in New York this time. And that movie actually did pretty well in the box office as well. What happened is that Melissa Barrera had tweeted something about, was it Israel? Palestine.
Yeah, she's pro-Palestine.
She spoke out about Palestine, and they got so upset with her about it that she ended up getting fired ahead of them working on the 7th Scream film, which is why Scream 7 is coming out at the time that it is. Because Scream 7, I think, was supposed to come out this year. But
Yeah.
when they fired their main character, because she was the new lead, when they fired her, and then you have Jenna Ortega leave in solidarity. So
Now
now your
Yep.
main lead and your co-lead are gone.
they
Then on
pivoted all
top
the
of
way
that,
back.
then on top of that, I said, and I literally said before I had made that video, the worst thing that could happen is that they lose their director. And what happened like a week or so later, their director left. I was like, this movie is now really is now in a free fall. And I said to myself, if y'all saw how Scream 6 ended, that would have been a solid ending. They didn't even have to make a Scream 7. If you see how Scream 6 ended, that was the perfect ending for the entire Scream franchise, if in my honest opinion.
You don't
And I
think,
think the reason
Torian, that was a cliffhanger? The Scream 6? You don't think that was leading them off to potentially seeing it from the killer's aspect in the next movie?
I mean, well, we'll never know now.
Yeah, we'll never know. Yeah.
And the thing is, I actually started to grow to like both of their characters. I started to like that. Okay, we don't need Sydney anymore. We can gradually move into this new direction with these two main characters, these two leads, because both of them were holding their own, especially in that sixth one. Like, I mean, she was going in. So it would have been interesting to see what direction that would have happened, but now we'll never know. And that's why they had to bring Neve Campbell back into the fold. And Neve Campbell was probably sitting this, and that's why that's why Neve Campbell didn't do the sixth one, because they weren't trying to pay her enough. That's why you didn't see her character at all in the sixth one. You just
They was like,
her name.
Sydney's
Like, her
sitting this
name was-
one out. I understand.
Yeah, exactly. Because she said, y'all not paying me enough, so like, why bother? But you know what? I'm glad, it kind of worked out, because then we didn't have to focus on her too much, and then focus on the new two main characters. And it worked. Like, they found a way to make it work, and now they have to pivot and bring Neve Campbell back in, and they have to break the bank because they have to pay her more. To
This is beyond money.
to bring this back in.
This is to course correct. This is to, as much as you love those two, Melissa and Jenna's characters, the studio Spyglass loves Israel more. So they're going to do everything they can, nostalgia bomb, everything possible to make sure that, you see, we can still do the Scream thing, and it pays not to be for the Palestinians. So this is a quote from Jenna. The Melissa stuff was happening, and it was all kind of falling apart, she said. It had nothing to do with pay or scheduling, Ortega revealed to the magazine. Ortega dropped out of the film just one day after Spyglass Media fired Brera. While Ortega didn't explicitly mention Palestine, the timing and context of her exit had been widely interpreted as an act of solidarity.
I kind of figured that.
She's one of the signatories to artists for ceasefire. So what she's not going to do is give you guys a quote that you can point out and say, you see, she's a gangster. She's not going to give you guys that, but we know what it was. And so, yeah, it's deep. And I'm happy that a lot of people are talking about this movie in that light, and why they...
Yeah, that's why they said that's why some people said they were going to boycott it because of that. And I said, y'all fired her for that. When I first heard about that, I said, okay, what did she do that was so egregious that you fired your lead character for a franchise that you were revamping for a new generation that was It's not like it was flopping. The movies made money, and then you got to think, when they did Scream, they released it in January. I always call January the dump month, because that's the month where they release movies that don't really make money like that. But I've been finding over the years, some have broken that mold, such as Bad Boys for Life, and then that Scream movie that came out in 2022. And you fired your lead, and I said to myself, what did she do that was so bad that you had to fire her? And when they said what it said, I said, that was your reasoning?
You just called it the dump month. Last year, one of them days with Kiki and with SZA happened in January.
Another example.
Next year, Children of Blood and Bone is supposed to come in January, the movie. Sorry,
just call it dump month.
Yeah, that's the dump month. Children of Blood and Bone coming out.
Did it say 2027?
Yeah.
Okay, so in 2 years.
God damn.
January 15th.
But yeah, I think though January was used to always be seen as that month where movies that the studios didn't care too much about. They said, "Oh, just release them in January."
Look at this.
January and February. February's like that too.
February, on the other hand, has literally like completely pivoted like to becoming a huge moneymaker month.
This is an amazing. Like even the third row, if you got
Now,
Posted
like the
Cole-
cast alone for this is going to push that movie for sure.
yeah,
They
It's
got to
very-
get
it's
out
very
though.
stacked.
They got to get out because I think one thing that we've learned over the last 4 or 5 years is that when you have lazy leads, or when you have leads that you can't push because of controversies or cases or shit like that, that really harms the the rollout for your film. When your star can't get out there and promote, the guy that's going to be all over the trailers is going to be through 90% of the film. It hurts you when they can't get out and talk to people and interface and stuff like that, especially if it looks like you hiding. That's almost like a smoke signal to the audience, like, okay, something's wrong with this production.
Yeah.
And people have snipped that kind of stuff out.
they also
Joe.
got to change the title of the movie from "Children of Blood and Bone." That's not PG. It may give the wrong because parents are supposed to bring their kids to this fantasy stuff, right? I just
Is it
think they
going to
gotta
be a
go with-
PG movie? This has got to be at least PG-13, right?
Yes, it's a
At
trilogy
least.
of books called the Legacy of Orisha trilogy. Say the movie is called Orisha #1. It's not too late to change the title of the movie.
Oh no, I like it. I like Children of the Blood and Bone.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
It gives
saying?
it gravitas. It gives it some feel
makes,
to it.
It makes people want to go like see something like that. Like, what's this going to be about with this title?
It's like a declaration. It's like you sound like you part of a tribe or something.
Am I on Jupiter right now? Children.
No, I
Blood,
hear you.
Bone.
I hear you. It's a risky title for sure, but I think you take the risk and make people assimilate to your thinking about it instead of assimilating to what everybody already thinks about it now. Because
I mean, it
if
was
everybody hasn't seen it, they may prejudge it, watch it later, and be like, "Oh no, this is legit." But if you change the name and that spikes the interest, that may hurt you even more.
Watch it later. Go ahead.
But I was gonna say this is still a best-selling book with that name. We can't do the Philosopher's Stone to the Sorcerer's Stone like they did in Harry Potter. We got to continue with if that's the name of the book and people are coming because they know the books, keep it the name of the books.
Book readers would know the name of this movie no matter what. They're book readers. They would know if they called it.
And they're going to be the first ones that going to complain that the book is not called The Children of Blood and Bone.
I just said it's called the Legacy of Orisha trilogy.
Yeah, but the Legacy of Orisha trilogy, #1, Children of Blood and Bones. #1, Children of Blood and Bones.
How about just
So
Bone?
okay, let me ask you, Chu. So if the second movie is not Children of Blood and Bone, but it just follows the title of the second book.
Legacy of Orisha 2.
No.
No.
Children
I'm
of
saying
Blood and
what's the
Goddamn
name of the
Bones.
second book? What if it's not Children of Blood?
Children
The
of
book is, my
Anguish
book is upstairs.
and Anarchy.
So can we go with that title, or do we got to go with Orisha 2?
Well, you wouldn't do Children of Virtue and Vengeance either because you just stick with the theme.
Ooh, I like that.
What's the
Dude,
name
the
of it?
titles
What's
are
the name of it?
fine. Keep it the titles because we gotta stop. We gotta stop doing that. We always assimilate to what somebody else is doing and not sticking to what the hell got us to the door in the first place. The Children of Blood and Bones got us to the door. Keep it the Children of Blood and Bones. They call his mama named them Clay. I'ma call them Clay.
Kendrick Lamar did not like us at the Super Bowl, but we didn't say, "Oh, he's got to say every
Wait.
word." We
Hey,
understood.
you see what it said? Hey Drake,
Hey, he said them
I heard you
all.
like 'em
He
young.
like them young.
I heard you like them young. Nah,
A
we not
minor.
changing nothing.
He didn't say the
don't
swear
change
words
nothing.
though. He said he tamed it down. It was a
This is the
6
Super
p.m.
Bowl
That's an
versus-
FCC thing. He
Yeah,
couldn't.
this is the Super Bowl versus
He
going
wasn't
into the
trying to get
movies.
CBS charged.
Right.
Right.
This is
Super
not
chat.
how they changed Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles in Europe. We're not changing the
What?
title. Yeah. In
Hero
Europe,
Turtle?
they called it Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles because
Who's
ninja
watching that?
was banned. The word ninja was
You
banned
can't say
in
ninja?
Europe. And that's the reason why that they didn't use their weapons in the show.
See, Chill, the look on your face is exactly the one we had just right now
No,
when you said you wanted to change the title.
Man,
Don't
what?
even do the show if they can't use weapons.
What's wrong with Ninja?
This is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So
Stamina
no,
just
we're not
confirmed
gonna
it. And
change
Stamina
it.
just confirmed it in the chat because he's over.
Yeah,
this, so
Stamina.
he
What's up,
knows.
Stamina MC?
I don't
He
care.
knows.
We got
Mommy and
teenage-
daddy are bringing 9-year-olds in one hand and their 7-year-old in the
I
other.
don't think.
And they're at
I
the
don't.
movie
I
theaters
honestly
because
don't think
what
9-year-olds
are
is
we
coming
gonna
to go
see
see
here?
the Children of
That's
Blood.
the
Stamina, bro.
multiplex.
Explain this,
We've
bro.
got
Why you
this
can't
movie that's
say
called
Ninja?
Mario. We've got this movie
I
that's
like to know
called
that too.
Children of Blood and Bone. And the 9-year-old says, I want that one, Children, Blood and Bone. Parents go look at each other, they give each other the side eye, and they go, oh, what
I'm a
about this one
parent.
instead? It's
Hold
animated."
up. You're talking
Trust
to
me,
my
them kids
parent.
probably watched worse.
Yeah. Dude, I went to go see Nightmare on Elm Street 3 when I was 8. I went to go see
Your
Child's Play.
experience doesn't like mean my scenario I just gave you won't happen. There's people who looked at Sinners and said, Sinners? I don't like sinning.
Well,
That's
But look
what
how
it
well
is."
Sinners did in spite of that, though. And you're right. There were a bunch of
There were
like
more.
ultra Christians who were like put off by some of the Tony message in
Yeah,
Sinners,
sure were.
and it still was
The title,
insanely
the title.
successful.
Not the message, the title. Sinners?
Yeah.
Sin.
But you gotta Perk Minded said it. You gotta be like Michael Jordan and F them kids. Ain't nobody getting shoes today. I will shoot this gym out. Ain't nobody getting no shoes today.
Do you think children haven't heard the words blood or bone? I think the parents, if they're making a decision between a title called that versus something more tame, they're the deciders. They're the ones
Look,
spending the money.
There were so chill. There were so Christian people who got pissed off at Harry Potter, no matter what it was.
Harry
'cause
Potter?
They said it was demonic. So no matter what you name it, no matter people are going to complain regardless. I'd rather complain on my own merit, but people complain, and I'm standing on 10 toes with my product. You ought to say, because you gonna complain about it or not, whatever. I don't care. But I'd rather be successful in my own product and stand on that than anything else.
We don't all have to be right. Still, there you go, reaching for shit again.
Just put it in the chat.
My nephew started watching Attack on Titan at 9. That's too young, Perk. That's too young for Attack on Titan.
Dude, I went to go see Coming to America at what was it? It was I was 9. And you know,
I seen Joanna Man when I was like 8. That don't mean I was supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, my uncle and auntie took me though. They were my parents.
You guys are talking about what happens in the movies, and I'm just talking about the title.
I mean,
But this is applicable, right? Those are movies that we wasn't necessarily supposed to be walking into, and we did in spite of it.
Child's
children-
Play. Let's give Child's
Children
Play.
of Blood and Bone is I feel like milder than any one of the other movies that we was just naming. So like,
Yeah.
Joanna Man?
I mean, there's movies all throughout history
Joanna Man.
that have had names that have been
How is
maybe pushing the line. When I was younger, there was Dirty Dancing, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of films. There's lots of films, but look how, like they said, look how good those films go on to do.
Hold on, time out. And I don't mean to be age doxing anybody. Did you say when I was young they called it Dirty Dancing?
No, I said when I was younger, they also had the film Dirty Dancing that my mom didn't want me to watch.
Hold on, let me see when Dirty Dancing came out exactly.
It's the
So-
80s.
I say what,
Like
87?
in the late, like the late 80s.
I'm about to
Okay,
say,
all right.
I
That's
think it was
acceptable.
87.
That's acceptable.
Super Chat?
I think it was late 70s.
As the rich is getting richer, the poor is getting poorer.
Chill is so petty.
He was so super petty for that.
he put that on there as white as Michael was talking. All I heard was a little bit of words and just cut right.
Yeah, no, he just cut right into me. It's all good.
Usually when someone goes into the search, it means there's going to be some dead air for a second. So I thought I should put the super chat for I'm Too Fly. Better franchise, Bad Boys or Rush Hour? I say Rush Hour. Bad. Ooh.
Rush Hour.
Bad Boys.
Better
As a
franchise?
Bad Boys. Now there are better Rush Hour. There's a better Rush Hour movie in their trilogy than all of the
Second,
Bad
I
Boys.
agree.
But as a trilogy, it's Bad Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Rush Hour 2 is a classic.
Rush Hour 2 is a classic over all of them. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Ooh, Rush Hour 2, Bad Boys 2. That's close. It's close.
Yeah, 'cause Bad Boys 2
Ooh,
was fire.
is it though?
It's close.
That was
It's-
fire.
I don't know
It's
how
close.
though.
Rush
I don't
Hour
know
2.
how
I
close.
think Rush Hour
Hey,
2.
Bad Boys 2 is a classic
Listen,
movie, period.
they
So y'all can
when
fight
Bad
me on
Boys
that.
2 came out, they threw Michael Bay a bank vault, not a bag, but a bank vault.
A bank vault.
But you can't you can't beat Rush Hour 2 though, where it was
Nah.
like he
Yeah,
ain't
Rush
coming
Hour
back
2
for
was
Rush Hour.
good. No
He
discount
ain't
on
coming
Rush
back
Hour
for Rush
2.
Hour 2.
In town, on town to the on ski.
Damn, he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
That's what I'm saying. He gonna be in Rush Hour
I
3.
shoot you in the head. Said you did it by accident.
I mean, there's too many quotable lines. I think there's more quotable lines in Rush Hour 2 than it is in Bad Boys 2. And Bad Boys 2 got some lines.
They
Yo, we
do.
They
can
got
do
some
that.
lines.
The devil
Oh.
is not welcome here.
But listen, Bad Boys 2 had everybody and their mama woo-sighing like crazy.
Woosah. Woosah, Mike. Woosah.
But Rush Hour 2 had everybody talking about, now which one of y'all kicked me?
Your FBI.
Oh,
Let me see it again.
Remember when, also too when
I ain't get a good
also
look
too
at
when
that.
also too when she said, Agent Carter, this is your city. Yeah, this is my titty. I mean my
This is my
city.
titty. I'm doing my city.
I mean, there's super quotable lines in Rush Hour 2.
What did
Why
Jackie
you say
say?
it was a
It's
bomb?
mix.
I didn't say it was a bomb. You said it was a bomb. I said
No.
she was the bomb. She is the
When he
bomb.
was like, when he said, "I'll bitch slap you back to Africa," classic, classic. I don't care what nobody says, classic.
Yeah, Rush Hour 2 is
And
classic.
no matter what and no matter what Rush Hour movie it is, they always going to give Chris Tucker an opportunity to imitate Michael Jackson. No
Exactly.
matter what.
And you
It's
can't-
almost like it's baked into the contract that he has to do a Michael Jackson impersonation.
Carter. He said, Sean.
Hey man, I got to do Michael one time, man.
But that opening, the Bad Boys 2.
The opening of Bad Boys 2 was fire. I'll give you that. It's fire.
It's so funny. He
It's-
said,
it's-
oh.
He shot him.
He
shot
said,
him
now,
in
sir.
the ass.
He couldn't. What did he say? Now, sir. He couldn't. What did he say? He had to be a nigga too. What did he say?
No, I give you that. The beginning of Bad Boys is fire.
It's
But-
close, man. Bad Boys
But it's
2
close.
and Rush Hour
Bad Boys
2
and
is
Rush Hour
close.
2 is very close. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So
Oh, Culture Made tripping. He bugging out. He said Rush Hour 1 better than Rush Hour 2. Yeah, I can't get down with that one. Although I really do like Rush Hour 1, but Rush Hour 2 is
I like
is-
Rush Hour 1, but Rush Hour 2 it hit different.
It really does. It really
What they
does.
said, all he wanted was some Mushu. And I felt him on that.
What did you say before I played the super chat? Remember you looked something up?
Eton Bonsky.
Oh, I was trying to figure out how old Darius was based on his Dirty Dancing reference.
Not born in the 80s.
Don't do that like that, though. Damn. Don't do that like that. Not born in the 80s. Shit. Old son of a bitches. Don't do it like that. I feel the same way.
No. Dirty Dancing was just one that my cousins really liked, and every time they
Holy
would put it
shit.
on, my mom would say, "I couldn't watch that," or "I couldn't watch Blue Lagoon." You know, Blue Lagoon with
The surfer chicks.
the surfer,
Oh, yeah.
the two surfers. They get stranded on the island or whatever, but they're naked the whole damn film.
Oh,
Yeah.
trust me.
Again,
Purple Rain.
that's the contents of the movie. I just like the titles themselves. Blue Lagoon, not so
But
much.
Children
Dirty
of Blood
Dancing, I
and
guess.
Bone, we had Children of the Corn. We have children just
The corn.
So I don't think that's as bad as you're making it seem. Like, cause you don't want to just PG or G rate something.
I'm actually not making it bad. It's more so you guys making it seem badder than I'm saying. I'm saying
It's
that
not bad.
title
It's-
Legacy of Arisha
because
is
it's
more
a
tame
it's
and would
it's a
attract.
teen book. It's not a children's book. It's a teen book. That's not a Harry Potter book. I have, me and you both about the books. It's not a Harry Potter book. It's deep. It's way more adult than that. So no, Children of Blood and Bones. Keep it, book it, pop, put a stamp on it.
I also think Arisha is harder to say for people.
Get out of here, bro.
You know, we got to
Gonna
think
be
about
over here
who
watching
we
that
talking
Arisha.
about.
who we
That's
talking
what we're
about here. We
doing,
talking about a
Neil?
bunch of
I
people
can't
with
stand
dead
Dre.
tongues.
I
Are
don't
we-
Back,
Arisha.
Andre.
We're going to see Harisha. Hey,
I
man,
ain't
quit.
about to
Y'all
see
made
that
him tap
Harisha.
out. Y'all made him tap out.
No, he had to. He even said he had to go.
He,
He
he,
said,
he,
yeah,
did say that. He actually stayed over longer than he was supposed to.
yeah. A restore.
So what have we talked about so far? We talked about Hickman. We talked
Yeah,
We
about
talked
we
about
talked about
Kang. We
Hickman.
talked about the
Seven.
Kang. We
Talked
talked
about
about Spirit
Kang.
7.
What's
So
going
I
on
think
with Kang? What happened with Kang?
I'm glad I was late per usual because sounds like Chill was on his chillmonger shit, and I'm glad I missed it. I'm
Let's
glad I
start it
missed
back up. What happened with Kang? Let's talk about it. What happened?
Nah, it we was just talking about. So he brought up Jeremy Renner being on the Breakfast Club, and
Mhm.
I brought up the fact is that why was Jeremy Renner on the Breakfast Club if it wasn't? This is just me. It huh
Jeremy Renner was on the Breakfast Club with Charlamagne.
exactly. Now,
Mhm.
let me just say this. Let me just this is my tinfoil hat, but let's just say that they brought up Jonathan Majors during the whole entire interview. Or well, not entire interview, but in the segment of the interview. And it was talking about Jeremy Renner's situation and how he got a pass, but Jonathan didn't. Now, I'm putting on the tinfoil hat. I don't know nothing. But I got a feeling, but I don't know. You're not going to bring up a situation with Marvel and your boy is Charlemagne. And if there's no engagement on trying to see if Kang is going to come back,
Wait.
all of us.
Walk me. Okay, I'm missing something. Walk me
Okay, my
through
fault.
what's going on. Jeremy Renner, first of all, on the Breakfast
Is
Club,
on the Breakfast Club. But
Mhm.
if you notice,
discussing Marvel.
discussing Marvel, discussing his other show,
Mayor
discussing
Kingstown.
his
Mayor
incident.
Kingstown.
Yeah, Mary
Yep.
Kingstown. Discussing this the incident that happened, with his legs and stuff like that,
Right.
all of that. But they brought up Kang,
Jonathan.
or they brought up the character of Kang and Jonathan Majors. Now, I don't know if you guys checked out Emergency Awesome, New Rock Stars. Everybody's been bringing up this, this leak about Kang Dynasty was supposed to have this. They're supposed
Yes.
to, the Beyonder Kang, whatever, so on and so forth. That's been going on for a couple weeks now. And let me just say, I just got a text and about why they keep bringing this up is all I got. Why they keep bringing this up, and then all of a sudden Jeremy Renner is on the Breakfast Club, and they bring up Jonathan Majors again. So it's
So let me
leading me
ask
to
you, Dre.
believe that they're engaging in talks about bringing them back, and they're trying to, gauge what the audience wants. What does the
The
audience want?
reception. So
Yeah.
to ask you to follow up on your point, would that mean that Jeremy Renner is plugged in with Jonathan, or Charlemagne is plugged in with Jonathan? Or
Charlemagne is
which
plugged in
one of
with
them would have
Jonathan.
to be Charlemagne?
Charlemagne is
Okay,
plugged in.
got
Charlemagne and Jonathan working on a lot of projects together on the back half is a producer, executive producer, all of that stuff, writer.
you. Okay.
They're doing a lot of stuff on the back end.
So here's a follow up to the follow up. If this was some sort of coordinated, let's get it out there, or you know what? Let's not even do it that way. If Jonathan Majors is coming back for Avengers Doomsday, does it suit him better for that to be a big viral surprise, or for him to slowly leak it throughout the media so that people are anticipating it going into the movie?
To me personally, I would rather it be a surprise. When we go to the movies,
Yeah.
you go see it because it's going to generate the most amount of buzz that Marvel has had in a long time. With an F, he's a surprise character.
Sure.
Jonathan ain't hit me up and said, "Hey, I'm gonna be in this movie." Don't tell no. Well, for one, I wouldn't tell y'all, but because I'm not about to get beat up. You see, that's a big brother, so he ain't beat me up. So, but I would rather it be a surprise. Number one, I believe
Damn.
Robert. This is just me personally. Y'all can tell me what y'all think. I don't think Robert Downey Jr. alone being just the big bad of that movie is going to generate the buzz that it's looking
Hey
for.
Dre, where do you be at when I be having these conversations, fam? When I be trying to tell them to edge their conversation of their expectations about Doomsday, where you be at?
I work.
I be meeting you.
Getting this,
He said at work.
getting that money. But understand where I'm coming from. And I've said this. One thing about Jonathan Majors and Robert Downey Jr., what they're in acting wise, they're good at conversation. They're getting it, when you have conversation on screen and you have that chemistry, you could be able to bring out a lot of emotions within said character to make you want to root for them or hate their their effing guts, right? So you get these two characters on screen, and you have the dialogue, especially how Kang was in Ant-Man and the Wasp before they ruined it at the end. Is going to, I'm trying to tell you, the battle of the minds, the battle of the wits, especially if he becomes a beyonder. If he goes in that proximity chamber, and I talked about this on the show the other day or today, if he goes into the proximity chamber, that's what that was, where he got sucked into his portal, and he comes out a beyonder, a man that's of time now. I can control all elements of time, like Kane's supposed to do, like he's supposed to be. And then Doom defeats him. Number one, it ends all of what Jonathan was trying to do. He just wants to, finish that story up. You know what I mean? He loves the character. He wants to finish the story and go on about his business, right? Number two, that will make more cachet for Kang because for Doom, it's just like when Hulk got the crap beat out of him by Thanos. When we see that, we all say, "Oh snap, it's gonna be totally different." You're going to have to do the same thing for Dr. Doom. You're not just going to have him, grabbing Franklin. And no, it's got to be something. And the biggest something is for Kane to come back.
I agree. I
don't think that Kang. I think they go through. This is what I'm expecting because they don't leak this stuff for no reason to me. If you have Kang, you already got the Council of Kangs. What you can do is have him battle the Council of Kangs with Doombots, whatever, big battle, all of that. We already talked about the universal war in Loki season 1 and season 2, or the multiversal war. Now you have the multiversal war with Dr. Doom. Now, you know what I mean? You can still have that and have that be the big climax of your movie. And while Doom think he destroyed all of these, then the Beyonder Kang comes out. You can lead that into Secret Wars. So now you got Emperor Doom going to Secret Wars like they did in the comics. There's certain ways you could do it, but I don't think him coming in the beginning of the movie and just killing them, that's going to ruin. Nobody's going to want to see that. We're going to boo that. So me personally, I do for T'Challa, but
I think there's some potential for Jonathan Majors making like a brief cameo, or at least them recreating his not his direct likeness, but like showing the back of his head or something like that. Because it just is an open-ended plot thread for us to pivot from Kang to Doom. They have to address it in some kind of way. Now, how deep into that do they actually get? For them to get into some of the stuff that you talking about, they actually got to hire this man back. Like he has to come back and work full time.
Exactly. So bring him back.
I don't know if that's where they at with it. Will they use his likeness? Will they use his?
I don't think they're going to use his likeness. You could bring him back at a reduced rate. He was at a $20 million contract for Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. You could bring him at a reduced rate. Nobody cares about that. That whole situation is over now. There's nothing you can do. There's no lawsuit. Nobody cares, right? So you could bring him back. Let him finish it. You can still have Robert Downey Jr. You done paid him, Disney dollars to come back. You can pay him back. You can still have that. Bring him at a reduced rate. Let him just finish that storyline. You can have Kang. He's a man of time, so he would never be truly defeated. You know what I mean? Truly defeated. So, but you do it so you could be able to boost up Dr. Doom, because Dr. Doom by itself does not intrigue me. Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom does not intrigue me whatsoever. I don't care what nobody says. I don't. Hey, man. And I love Doom.
I said the same thing. Like, remember when they announced Robert Downey Jr. at Comic-Con last year that he was going to be Dr. Doom, and like the reaction was mixed because everyone was like, we all saw like you do this long run as Tony Stark in the MCU Iron Man. It was like, okay, we're finally giving you a rest. And everyone was more excited when they announced that it was going to be called Kang Dynasty, and then we saw the setup even with the post-credit scene in Quantumania, and it was like the excitement was there for that. And then them to pivot to this, I don't think it was also necessarily because of Doom. It's because it was Robert Downey Jr. it was like, okay, you're bringing in Doctor Doom, but you couldn't get another actor to play that part because now people are going to have to look at him be Doctor Doom, and they're going to start thinking of Tony Stark. So it's like, but like I said, I remember the reception was very mixed. It wasn't like over under or anything like that. It was like people was kind of divided. Okay, some people was excited about it. Some people weren't. Then you had some people that didn't feel any type of way about it at all. Some of the people just was like, okay.
I'm gonna just say I'm gonna send you something. I'm gonna send you guys something in the private chat. So you can kind of. I don't want to say everything online, but just kind of give you a kind of a understanding of where I'm coming from.
Now, if I can play devil's advocate here in the middle, the leaks we're referring to are the leaks that everybody's been going off of based off of what Michael Waldron has recently said about what they were originally going to do in Kang Dynasty.
Right.
Okay. So those leaks, or Michael Waldron confirming the leaks, rather, those leaks are, I'm scrolling down my live stream playlist here to see exactly when we started talking, because this was when I lived in my old house, even when we started talking about these leaks. So I remember when those leaks came out, at the time it was, they were going to split the Avengers up. You're going to have a cosmic team, you're going to have a ground team, you're going to have the Young Avengers, and all those types of going at these different versions of Kang, Immortus, Scarlet Centurion, the Kang the Conqueror, Beyonder Kang, and all that other stuff. Is it more so that, and I am on the side of believing that Kang is possibly in it. I'm more so believing that he's possibly in it based on
what up, Pam?
The Megan Good and interaction that he and her had with that reporter or interview or whatever. I'm asking, is it more so because I'm believing that he may be in it. I don't know for sure, but he may be in it. And I say maybe in it also because of some of the other leaks and things that are going on with the current storyline of what Doomsday is going to be. So far, it had now. We also have heard reports that they are filming things without people knowing about it. We've also heard that they have had actors and things that weren't on that chair, weren't announced in the chairs, that have been filming and filmed secret scenes and things like that. I mean, you look at Deadpool and Wolverine. A lot of people, even the leakers and scoopers, did not know Wesley Snipes and the rest of them were going to show up when they did. Yeah. So you could possibly have something like that going on again. But I'm saying, is it a deal where, since Michael Waldron confirmed it and everybody, because when I watched New Rockstar's video over it, he, preferenced it the way everybody else preferenced it. Looks like the old leaks have been confirmed. So is this more so just Michael Waldron confirming? Now, they could also still be using stuff from the old stuff. I mean, I don't know. You got the Russos coming out saying that this is a direct sequel to Endgame.
Just skip over the whole last phase, huh?
Hey, did you guys read my private chat? Just real quick. That's the only. All I'm gonna say, there was no context. There was no context whatsoever. Just that part.
Interesting.
Thank you. So now you understand what I'm saying. Now you say what. That's why I can't fully dive, but it made me pull on my tinfoil hat. So
I just wonder how much they gave, right? Because he was at least posturing that he was interested in very much so, like he was very open to the reunion. So I just wonder how much rope did they give him? You know what I mean? Like I don't want to say that he would just take anything that they offer him, but at the same time, the man's trying to break back through.
Yeah, so you gonna take whatever you can get. Like basically with the situation that happened with him, you take whatever job you could get at that point in time. You know what I mean? Because they tried to ruin his career. And I always said, number one, ABC did the first interview with him. Who owns ABC?
Good.
Disney. You know what I mean? And then everything that is happening to him since then, slowly but surely getting off of what happened and more happy. Oh, he's married Megan Good. They're doing clothing. He's doing stuff with Kurt Franklin, talking about talking about mental health now. He's doing all the stuff that I was like, man, that's what I would love to see you do. He's doing all of that. Stayed at the limelight, apologize, all of this stuff. His interview with the Breakfast Club was amazing. But what did he say? Charlamagne asked him, hey, if you had an opportunity to go back, would you? He was like, hell yeah, in a minute. Hell yeah. When TMZ asked him, would you go back? Would you do it? Hell yeah. When I talked to him personally, this is the same as what TMZ. So I don't want nobody being like, saying stuff. But I asked him, what would you like to, if you had an opportunity, what would you like to do? He said, if I had an opportunity to get back, I want to do it because I love the character so much. And it's the same thing he echoed on an interview. So I believe he just wants to act. He don't care about all of that rest of that stuff. He just wants to act. And if I went from 20 million to 2 million, but I get to finish my character, hey, that's 2 million that I didn't have, 8 months ago when I was going
I guess I'm just hoping they don't do what we were talking about earlier and just kill him in the first 5 minutes. Right? Like I don't want it to be a squash match of a meetup between him and Doom. Like build it up, make sure we know what that character is worth before he gets up out of here,
I'm this also because I don't want to speak for Dre, but out of the three of us on Pantheon, I'm the one I think that pays attention the most to leaks and rumors.
Sure.
I would say when it comes to Doomsday, nobody knows what the fuck is going on. Not these scoopers, not the YouTubers that think that their theory think that they've cracked the code and know what the film is going to be about. I don't think, because even with the things that have come out from scoopers, it has been pictures, speculation based off of pictures that were taken from behind the scene. It has been speculation based off of, the synopsis that Marvel themselves have given of Doomsday and then running with that. And then, of course, your own theory crafting and then believing that your theory is the correct theory. But nobody really knows what's going on in Doomsday. All we know is the Russos have said it's a direct. These are the facts. These are the facts. We know the Russos have said it's a direct sequel to Endgame. We know that the Russos have said that in order to they couldn't get anybody else but Robert Downey Jr. to come and play Dr. Doom in the way that they're trying to tell this story. Yeah. We know that the Russos have said that, given the synopsis of what it's going to be, blah, blah, blah. Outside of that, and they said that they want this film to challenge the audience. Outside of that, we don't know any fucking thing. So the man very well could be in it and not be in it. And the reason I said all of that is to answer what Marcus said. Is he going to die in the first few seconds? That has been a speculation from the very beginning, put out by whoever the fuck on Twitter. Marvel. You know what? When the Russos called Marvel's like, no, we're not doing that story or whatever. And they called him back like, okay, let's do that story. Maybe Kang is in that story. Maybe the way that they're telling this story, because I just don't see the Russos looking at, even though they're saying it's a direct sequel to Endgame, I don't see them looking at phases, the phases since Endgame and saying, okay, well, how do we make this make sense without some of those moving pieces of the phases since Endgame? So you have to have Kang in there to be more than just to kill him.
So so let's do this again. Let's play the game of re-examining Doomsday. So now we got Fox X-Men, right? We're not really acknowledging the last two phases, but for some reason, Kate Bishop and her merry band of young Avengers is here. So we got to explain it somehow. Then we got this whole Kang angle that we're trying to massage back into here so he can be a fattened up pig to be slaughtered by Doom. But don't forget Captain Falcon over here and his new group of Avengers that don't nobody give a shit about. They in the movie too. How do we make all of this matter and make it good in less than 4 hours?
I think this is again where it's just like this is kind of fun. actually. When you kind of think about it, when you kind of think about it, it's kind of fun because I haven't
Theorized in a long time.
not only theorized, I haven't walked into a Marvel movie not already knowing what's going on.
What's going to be there?
I have no fucking clue what Doomsday is. I have zero clue. I don't know. I have no idea. I know they fight the X-Men. I know they're in it. I know Doctor Doom is in it. Loki's somewhere holding threads of time together. I don't know. And
What were the three storylines in Infinity War? Am I missing something? You had Vision and his Infinity Stone in his head, which was really the main plot. That was kind of the same thing with Thanos,
Yeah,
right?
it was the
'Cause he's collecting
MacGuffin of the
stone.
whole movie.
Then you had, what was the other B plot that I'm missing from Infinity War?
We had you had what was going on between Iron Man and the group on Titan. That was a whole nother separate thing, even though that they were all going after the same thing, separate thing. You had Vision. That third one, I guess, would be Thor.
Yeah, but Thor was just trying to kill Thanos, I guess. Okay, cool. Because that's another one. Sure. Thanos, the Power Stone, and obviously the main thing of Thanos' conquest. But even still, that's not introducing whole new teams. We've never seen Sam's Avengers team before. At least we've seen the Avengers squad. We know what to expect when they get back together. Like, who is in Sam's Avengers team?
I can only tell you Shang-Chi.
Who in it? Shang-Chi, Shuri, probably Bruce, right? Bruce got to be in there doing something. Carol out in space somewhere.
And then you also got the new Avengers.
See, that's a whole nother thing. See, that's a whole nother section of this story that don't nobody care about. That they're going to have to ingratiate into this story. So we juggling a lot of
stuff. You got the Fantastic Four. You got a lot.
I forgot about Pedro. I forgot all about Pedro.
It's a lot going on. So
last time we seen an ensemble cast this deep was Eternals. I now
think this is bigger than that.
No, for sure. I'm saying in terms of how many viewpoints they attempted to go through.
Oh, yeah.
The last time we seen that,
yeah,
that was probably Eternals, and that didn't necessarily go well. I don't think that even with the Russos playing hot potato with that many narratives is good for the story. You're giving the audience too many places to focus. You know, especially when you at one point you do got to pull all of this stuff together. What is I guess, if you're pulling them into like a battle world kind of situation, but are they pulling that out now in Doomsday? Are we not saving that for Secret Wars?
I think it's supposed to all come to an end and come together in Doomsday, and then we see the rest of that obviously in Secret Wars. I think we are going to see Battle World being formed at the end of Doomsday. I don't know that. There's nothing out there that says that. I'm just thinking logically.
I mean, people are saying that the Void is going to be the battlegrounds for Secret Wars. I mean,
I'm gonna be so mad.
I personally, I wouldn't be surprised if they split Doomsday up into two movies. Because you remember they took a movie off of the slide.
I don't think it's going to be Doomsday in two movies. I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that movie that's supposed to be, or isn't there something on the calendar between Doomsday and Secret Wars? I think that's that Battle World film. If they're doing that, I think either that's that Battle World film or that's that Doctor Strange 3. That's a Battle World-esque film or something like that. But anything in between Doomsday and Secret Wars, it would have to either, I mean, maybe they do Doomsday 2 parts, but it would have to do something with that.
Because I was thinking if they do Doomsday Part 1, Avengers versus X-Men Part 2, and then go into Secret Wars. But then that would be redundant because I'd rather them do, X-Men versus Avengers in one.
Who all gonna be there?
But you know what I mean? It's just, or if they do Doomsday, X-Men versus, Avengers versus X-Men, and then they do Secret Wars, whatever. There's just a lot going on. And I do agree. You got a lot of movie that you're trying to cram in 2 hours and X amount of minutes. And then try to see
another movie.
Well,
Yeah.
then they, and some of the what was it? The scoopers were saying last month that after or this that Doomsday and Secret Wars, or more so Secret Wars, I guess, is supposed to be all of Marvel coming together, not just the MCU. It's all of Marvel, so it's not just the MCU they're pulling from. They're gonna. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even
A
think they know.
lot.
I don't think the scoopers know. And I
A
think
lot going
this
on.
may be intentional by Marvel. This may
They
be
are
intentional
right now. I
by
think
them.
they just throwing anything and everything at the wall to see what sticks.
I
But see-
actually don't think that Marvel's testing waters with the audience. To be honest with you, and you guys may think I'm crazy, I think that they have put this thing in the Russos' hands, and I don't think the Russos give a good, quite goddamn what the audience thinks. I think they have a story.
Oh.
I think they're going to do that
Oh
story.
yeah.
And
yeah.
I don't think they're throwing things at the wall to see, okay, or how do people feel with the movie coming out next year? I think they would have been doing that prior. They know what
Yeah.
they want to do.
Yeah.
I still think that they are. I think Marvel is engaging the Jonathan Major side. I think they still are. You know what I mean? I do believe that. Now, again, me personally, I think they make more money. If they're looking to significantly have people back in Marvel's zeitgeist where we wasn't expecting that to happen. We're buzzing. We're talking about, we're theorizing what the next movie is going to do, because they haven't done that. They haven't surprised us and gave us something, where we're all just talking for a long time. So them doing that, to me, puts them back in the zeitgeist. Because again, if James Gunn, if all of this with the merger goes through, they keep James Gunn and he pulls a rabbit out of his ass where he has a bona fide hit, you don't want to lose that steam to DC. DC been a shit show for the last how long? You don't want to lose that steam to them. So you got to pull
Right.
something out. And I personally think Kang, pull that out. It's going to erupt the internet, just like Wesley Snipes coming out in Deadpool Wolverine. I think the same thing could happen at a larger scale. You do it with Jonathan Majors, personally.
Yeah, and that question that was asking, where's White Vision? So what they're saying about that right now is that is supposed to, that show, the finale, not the show itself. I don't think you have to watch all however many episodes, 8 or 9 episodes, but I think the finale itself is a drop off into Doomsday, is what they have been kind of alluding to. The showrunners, writers, directors, they are saying that they said that finale was a Marvel dream come true for them to be able to compete. Now, I follow the Maximoff family. I don't give a damn where Marvel is as far as fatigue or whatever. I am a Wanda Maximoff fucking fan, and I care about what happens with this family. I'm invested, so I need to know what happens. So I'm invested in White Vision or the Vision Quest, and the stuff that has come out about Vision Quest is actually going to be pretty good. But so much as far as that finale drop off into Doomsday, if that's real, that is a way to, I guess, get people like, oh, whatever this drop off into, I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's not going to be something like, oh my god, they put that in Vision Quest. I don't know if it's even real. I don't know, but I guess it's a good way to get audiences prepped for something Doomsday wise, because what would that show would come out October, November, maybe September, maybe middle end of September, beginning October, and then drop you off into Doomsday in December.
Yeah,
I think what it all comes down to is that Marvel has gone on for so long with no competition that they feel like I can just do whatever I want, and that's just what it is, whether the people like it or not. And now that DC is now on the table, of course they're going to have to work their way up to get to that point. They will hopefully finally have some competition, because I feel like if the competition was already there, we wouldn't be getting this, for the lack of a better word, filth that we've been getting for the last couple of years.
Question though, when is
I'm
DC,
not playing with Alvin Rodriguez.
when is DC going to when is DC planning to knock off Marvel? Is it with Clayface?
Fam, yeah, when is that gonna happen? I was about to say,
Is it with
competition.
Supergirl?
Maybe Disney has competition. Marvel ain't got no comp
It's-
right now. That's why they can keep sucking.
I mean, I do agree, you know, Clayface ain't gonna be the but I always say you never know what's gonna pop. Because who would have thought, you know, certain I would have never thought Scream. We were talking about Scream 7. When I first seen Scream, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Slasher, maybe, you know, 2 or 3 films. But we didn't know it was gonna take off like that. So I
Here
don't
we are, almost
think
30 years later.
exactly. So and again, I said if Clayface is a horror movie and they do it in that realm and they tease the Batman, it's going to generate buzz. It's not going to be $1 billion movie.
Are you sure though? Are we still at the
I'm
place where
never-
people can be like, "Oh, he exists in his own world. Who knew?" Like, are we at that place? Like, we're the
Darius is
audience
never
is-
gonna let that Clayface hate go.
I mean, I just again, I just
Because it
don't
is in Gotham.
understand it. I don't understand.
I don't-
You have these
It
guys.
doesn't have the marketability to me. I don't.
It
I don't.
doesn't?
Think, I think it could be good, but is it going to be commercially good? Is it going to be something that they can sell to the masses? This man's company is about to get built, and he's doing his own. Or excuse me, about to get sold, and he's doing his pet projects. Like, why aren't you doing the stuff that most people want to see?
So Clayface was introduced in Creature Commandos. So he was already that version that we're
Dre,
getting ready to
who
get.
watched
Dre.
it?
Creature
watched
Commandos
it.
was
I know,
supposed to be
yes,
introduced.
brother. When I say
Creature
who watched it,
Commandos was
when I-
supposed to be there.
when I say
Creature
who
Commandos
watched it,
was
I don't
dope,
even.
though.
I'm not even trying to like dump on anybody that watched it. I mean, just like the overall, like how I would love to know the percentage of the Superman audience that watched Creature Commandos, or just in the even the Peacemaker audience that watched Creature Commandos. So it's like because doesn't Batman even show up in Creature
Yep, in Creature Commandos.
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm just like, yeah, that's cool, but that's kind of like when I tell people, oh, well, this character showed up in Clone Wars. It's like, well, brother, I'm not watching Clone Wars. I watched I watched the live action stuff. So it's like I don't know who's all watching that, you know?
Well,
But-
it said
but-
this is what it
Clone
said.
Wars is
I'm just reading what it says on here. It said Creature Commandos had a strong start, becoming the 3rd most watched show on Max in its first full week with 22 million minutes of viewership. The show also maintained a high audience interest, ranking in the top 2.7% of all TV shows in the U.S. in July of 2025. It was
Okay, that's
renewed
good.
for a second season. So I
That's
get
good.
what you're saying, but I got to give a caveat because it was a good show. And
Yeah, but Dre,
since-
they got to
yeah,
make
but
some
I
money.
get what he's
dog.
saying though.
They got to
You
make
do,
some
you
money.
do.
Like
So
having
this
good
is what
TV
I'm
shows is
thinking.
one thing. You got to post the
This
bills.
is I'm trying to. This is just me personally, but they do Supergirl right, and they get that Barbie crowd, young blonde hair white. I'm not being racist or anything, but young blonde hair white
said
woman,
Supergirl?
whooping ass, you're Supergirl.
Yeah, Supergirl.
Supergirl
They do
is gonna
Supergirl
get
for-
Barbie money.
Get Barbie money. This is what
Dog,
I'm saying.
Superman made just a sneeze over $600 million. You think Supergirl is gonna get that Barbie money?
If you make it, I'm saying if you make it right, because only thing you need to do is generate. You need to generate buzz. That's it. You just need to make
You
it
think
dope.
Supergirl has better potential
I'm-
than Superman?
With the
I-
white
I-
woman demographic.
Okay, this is what I said the other day, and I'm going to see Supergirl. I'm hyped for Supergirl. I am.
I'm most definitely hyped for
I'm
Supergirl. I don't
one-
even.
I'm just one ticket. But this is my issue with because me and Chill just talked about this on the whatever show we do with the with them talking about selling and everything like that. It just, for me, if I was James Gunn, I think I would. I understand he likes these ragtag hero types, and he likes these like ones that these forgotten heroes and characters, and that's great, James. And I mean, hell, look at the Guardians, fantastic. He did great with that. But in a day and age where I'm on podcasts and things like that, and I'm talking about, well, we'll see what the future, I don't know, and all stuff like that. I wouldn't be talking Sergeant Rock. I wouldn't be talking Clayface. I wouldn't be talking creatures or
Well,
whoever these other small. I would be
right.
talking the heavy hitters. Why are we not talking about the league? And
Flash, Wonder
Well,
Woman, Martian
well,
Manhunter.
I don't want to talk about the Flash right now. I'm trying to get that stank off of Ezra Miller
And that's
off the
exactly why you
Flash.
need to make your
So,
own Flash. That's exactly why you need to
this
reboot
is
that
so
thing.
so before the merger, I know he was talking about Sergeant Rock, which I didn't get that at all. But now that that's scrapped, they already had Clayface and Supergirl in the tank before they came out and said, because I've been following the story. In the one of the reasons why I don't want them to go to Paramount for political reasons, but if Apple picks them up, they got just as much money as Disney. Not saying they have more. They have just as much money as Disney. They can take a risk on bringing in a Clayface. Didn't Fox make the New Mutants before they left? Didn't Fox make the New Mutants and Dark Phoenix again? And both of them were financial duds before Marvel inquired them. And we knew the sale of Fox was going on for a long time.
Yeah, but what? Okay, so what if let's just say, let's use the Ellisons because they might honestly get this shit. So let's say the Ellisons. Let's say they're like
Ugh.
Yeah, I'm about to say, God, no.
I know.
Yeah, that
but
just crawls my skin.
It crawls mine too, but that
They
is
said you will
It's very
embrace
real.
our
It's
they
very
said you
real.
will embrace our villainy.
Yeah,
Whether you like it or not.
They're most definitely villains.
The Zai's buying up everything.
what if they, and what if, I don't know if they're DC fans or whatever like that. I know they're money
Hell
fans.
no.
So let's say that they're just, let's say from a business standpoint, because I had somebody tell me last time me and Jill were talking about this, tell me, well, there's other characters at DC other than the Justice League. Okay, yeah, but let's not be naive when we're having this conversation either.
Yeah.
There are other characters at DC outside the league, but if I'm speaking from a business standpoint, from a money-making standpoint, you come talking to me, and if I'm buying a dead studio with a dying IP, don't come to me with no Z-list characters. No, nigga, no, you're fired. We're talking A-list.
We making hits, nigga.
Yeah, we're bringing money in here. We're doing characters that people want to see. I just don't. It's just crazy to me that the.
I think because remember, they just announced that they were going up for sale. What was this? 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
So, but which from Six of Truth is in here. The lady Danny said James Gunn already knew this when he got there. Again, why would you sign a 4-year contract? You and
Wait,
again,
knew that
I've always
they were going to sell.
They were
That
going
they
to
were
sell it.
looking to sell.
Yeah, Six of Truth's lady Danny. I did a reaction video to her. I'm like, wait a minute. It doesn't make any sense if he knew going in that they were going to sell it, because why would Peter So Peter Safran is not going to take it. And then everybody's talking about getting rid of James Gunn, but nobody's talking about Peter Safran. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense.
Now, what do they mean by he knew? Did they think like
that
him
that
and
David
Zaslav
Zaslav
had
was going?
conversations?
Yeah, that David Zaslav was going to build the company up just to resell it. I said, well, that doesn't make any sense because you signed a 4-year contract in 2022 that goes to 2026. What was you going to accomplish that's going to make all this money in 4 years?
Now, this part is true. When Zazie was fired or hired, everybody was coming in to sell it.
Now, you knew that as like, if you knew the business, if you knew Zaslav and what he did at Discovery, then you could kind of tell what he probably wanted to do with Warner Brothers. But are you saying James Gunn, the person who took the job to be the president of the studio, knew that?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Why would you? Why would you?
Yeah, nobody's going to take that job. And if you knew that this company is going to be for sale, then you know damn well 4 years is not enough to be super profitable, where you're making more money than what you're producing out. You know what I mean? So I get it, and I get what Darius is talking about. Clayface, $40 million budget, you might make $150 million. You might.
We have to also, sorry, Dre, we have to also start thinking from that standpoint too. You know, when he said DC, what Lauren said, DC is, they said they're going to bring everybody over for Paramount. Dre started this off with political reasons. You have to remember there is a political reason that the Trump
Yes.
administration wants the Ellisons and Paramount to get
Yes.
Warner Brothers.
Because they want
If that
CNN.
happens, you also have to remember it's not as if James Gunn has come out and given his political standpoint, but it's not as if we all somewhat don't know his political standpoint. What has Trump already been trying to do?
Exactly.
Silence people that are going at him. So I wouldn't be so secure in my everybody at DC is safe.
Exactly. And
I would
that's
like
why
to
the
see James
WGA
Gunn gone. I don't
Right.
like his anti-Israel content. We should get rid of
Right.
him.
So that's why the
Everybody.
WGA stepped in and was going to is striking down the Ellison, the Paramount Warner Brothers deal. They came out and said, we're going to sign a petition due to freedom of speech and the loss of jobs and all of this. So what Zassoff did was say, oh, I literally just covered this. We're just split it in two. Warner Brothers will be on this side. Discovery will be on this side. That way,
Fam,
nobody's got
do
to
you
lose
mean
their
you
job.
merged the company just to split the company up?
It's
Like,
literally
how did
in
you
the
make any
last
money
few
off of that?
days. But this is
Right.
the last week has been weird because for one, the Ellisons went for a bid. They got turned down for their bid.
The first
WGA
two.
made a
They
petition.
turned down the
Yeah,
first
two. Yeah, the first two. The WGA came in and said, nope, we're striking. We're gonna boycott this. Damn this, we're not gonna have it.
Yeah.
Apple has came through. Netflix has came through. It was another one.
Comcast,
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 has
NBC, Universal.
they've come through and said we'll take it. We already
That's
know
why I
the
want
Trump
to get it. I want Universal to get it.
Yeah, well, we already know that the Trump administration wants it because they want to control CNN, just like they did with CBS. That's all it
I
is.
think
Monopolizing.
Warner Brothers should think long and hard about who they sell to outside of Paramount. We could tie it up in court for a very long time. You should think very hard.
Look,
Ellisons are big people.
I'm a big winner with these types of things. I've won many times.
We win very hugely when we do this. If you try to fight me in court, I'll win. I own all the court. I know all the judges. They're all my friends.
But you know what's going to happen? Somebody going to come in with a
And
low
their
ball
daughters.
offer, and that's who's going to get it. So
I think
Apple
Paramount
comes in-
is lowballing. I think Paramount is the one because they know the president is
yeah.
on their side. So
Yeah.
if the president on your side, he's saying we're gonna sue y'all over any other merger you try to do outside of Paramount, then I'm gonna offer
Exactly.
you pennies because you got to come to me, right? Why would I
Right.
give you top dollar offering if I know I can get you for pennies on the dollar?
Exactly.
Exactly. So that's why I believe Apple is going to do it. Apple has built a
I'd be fine with Apple.
I think Apple has built a
We've never
considerable-
seen Apple steward a catalog like that, y'all. Though we've never seen them
No,
have a
but-
catalog
but-
like that.
But they've been trying to get catalogs like this for a while, ever since they started their own service. So
Tina, he ain't know that shit.
He said, "How the heck we know he ain't know?" But
He
but
ain't
why would you take the job?
why would you take the job? That's like you going to go work at a company, but like, well, you know, we're gonna sell it. So
Hey,
you know,
it took him
hey.
3.5 years to make the Superman movie, and we still don't have a
Wait a
script
minute.
for Batman.
Not
Why would
only
he
did
take a 4-year deal?
not only
Exactly.
not only did it take him 3 years to make that script, do you notice how fast he wrote Man of Tomorrow?
It's not. He's not playing.
He's like, hey, if we can get this shit out,
He said, I got 365 left, baby. We got to get this one out.
Yep. I mean, because November, him and Safran's deal is done November of 2026. So the next year, their deal is done. Right? Well, you already know a merger takes about a year or so. You're a little over a year to go through. I think the guys at the Ellisons came out and said, everybody's job is safe. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
He was trying to give us Sergeant Rock. He like, y'all gonna take the Sergeant Rock. I don't give a fuck what I got to do. I'm going to put Daniel Craig in it.
I ain't gonna lie. I've never heard of. I
Never
didn't
heard
never
of
heard
him.
of Peacemaker, and let alone Sergeant Rock.
Never heard.
But
of
I
it.
was very
I'm-
surprised about Peacemaker. You know what I'm saying? Very surprised.
No.
But
Hey,
Sergeant
we
Rock-
going through his
Wait a
comic
minute,
book
hold on.
collection like,
I'm
oh
gonna-
yeah, this is the one right here.
No, wait.
This the
I
one.
don't know how I almost let this slip my mind, but because y'all kept bringing up like characters like no one wants to see. I've been meaning to tell Darius this. I always miss it because I'm never in the chat live when he says it. not only does Darius have a problem with Clayface, but whenever he brings up Batmite, he says it. He says it with such vitriol. He like, who the fuck is Batmite?
Batmite. Yeah, he's trying to make that shit happen like Fetch for sure. Who the fuck
I
is looking
can't
for Batmite?
He
Bro,
says
when I
it with
watch
such
him-
vitriol and disgust. It is hilarious.
When I watch him on these podcasts and he's like, "Oh yeah, we're trying to figure out Batmite," I'm like, "Figure out the league." It pisses me off.
But you
Cul-
can
Culture
tell
Made,
James
that's
Gunn
a-
watch. But you can tell
That's-
James Gunn watched a lot of Batman and animated series to be pulling guys like out of the
Oh, yeah.
woodworks, you know, for that. So
Because the thing is, what it is he's trying to recreate what he did with bringing the MCU,
yeah,
the Guardians, bringing in characters that no one knew of, and they just blew up. And he's trying to
And I'm
do the
not
same
really mad
thing
at that,
in DC.
I'm not really mad at that if you're building towards the bigger characters, right? If you're putting, I think Clayface should have been a HBO Max thing because HBO Max doesn't miss. So I wouldn't have been mad at Clayface being a movie. I said if it's a horror movie, I'm all for it because Clayface is truly a tragic story if you give it to me in a horror aspect. If you're giving me just Clayface and it's more of like the superhero type, yeah. You know, but for 40 million, I mean, are you really missing out? I mean, seriously,
And I
it's
even
40
and the
mil.
here's here's the thing for me. Like when I was watching the Batman animated series when I was younger, I always thought Clayface was one of Batman's more interesting villains because we always saw Batman with Joker because that's the parent they always threw at us because like that's his primary villain.
Yeah.
But then when I was like Clayface would be interesting, and I always said I wonder what Clayface would look like in live action. However, I wasn't thinking that it was going to be give him his own movie. I thought, no, let him be a villain with Batman in it, going and fighting him.
Oh, I agree.
So if that happens, if he does show up because if he shows up in Clayface, it's not going to be any more than like how they kind of
cameo.
did at the end of
Sort of like
the Dark
Crucial
Knight
Commandos.
when the
Or even how they threw him in there in that little piece he had when he was in the Suicide Squad.
I'm sorry, I'm just so past that. I don't want him to show up at the end and be like, well, what we got, Gordon? Like, no. No. I know he exists here. It's his fucking world. So the fact that he hasn't shown up this whole time, no.
I mean, what they did with Crucial Commandos was kind of dope.
This is
So-
interesting. DeLuca and
didn't watch
Abdi
that
got
yet.
extended.
Yeah,
that
they
was
did
a
get
little bit of
extended.
news.
Yeah.
They got extended.
Yeah, they got
so why
extended.
hasn't Gunn been extended yet? His deal
don't
up
know.
next
But it's
year.
but it's
How did
Gunn
Abdi and
and-
DeLuca go
but,
from?
but it's Safran and Gunn. Everybody keeps going at Gunn, but Safran does the business and
Well, no.
nobody's talking
The
about
reason
their
why I
package
asked
deal.
that though, Dre. The reason why I asked that is because it was rumored that Zaslav might have been looking at Gunn to take over for DeLuca and Abdi, not Saffron, but Gunn to slide into DeLuca and Abdi's spot. So how we
But
go
the-
from
but
that
Luka- but
to
DeLuca-
them
but
getting
DeLuca and Abdi-
extended and him not even getting the, he got to
Well,
wait.
DeLuca
until
and
2026.
Abley been around since New Line.
But they also was about to get fired though. They asked was on the chopping block before.
Yeah,
What was the, goddamn it, the video game earlier this year?
Oh my
the
god!
movie about the
Now
video
you
game.
interest me.
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Before
Minecraft.
that, they was on their way out the door.
I mean, because
I said Warner Brothers as a studio had, in my opinion, and I'm gonna stand on this, one of the best financial years ever.
they did this year with Sinners,
Listen,
Minecraft
listen.
movies. Just
You had Sinners, you had Minecraft, you had Final
was-
Destination, Bloodlines, you had F1.
F1.
They came
Yep.
out.
F1
Then they had
was
Superman.
fire.
Then they had Weapons, Conjuring,
All
Last
of-
Rites.
yeah.
That's why they
all
was.
of
That's why.
them
That's why they
made
was
money.
upset. That's why they was upset. They was like, you know what? Y'all was on a trajectory winning all year with the exception of a couple. Why did you move Mortal Kombat 2 from October to May? But then I had to think about it on the business end. I said WB may not have much coming out next year because the only movie we knew from them up until that point was Supergirl. So they said, you know what? Let's just push and let Mortal Kombat come out in May, and then because Marvel does not have a May movie coming out, let's put it in their usual spot at the beginning of May and have that kick off the summer movie run. I said, okay, they were smart with that. So you got Mortal Kombat 2 coming out because it was going to come out on the 15th of May, but they bumped it up a week to the 8th. And then Supergirl comes out near the end of June. And I think, as far as I know, those are probably like their two biggest movies that's coming out next year. I mean, I don't know what else Warner Brothers has on the slate, but as far as like a movie with an IP, those are their two that are coming out next year.
Y'all want to quickly here, not to divert. Y'all want to jump to back to some Doomsday news? Look like we just got some trailer details from somebody that got to view it. I don't know if. Well, I know I can't. If somebody can click that link in the private chat and play it, I can play the video. You just won't hear it because I use Firefox, and Chrome fucks up StreamYard for me.
Wait, what's going on?
In the private chat, there's a link from somebody that got to see filmthreat.com. They got to see the trailer. And they are talking about what was in the trailer, but I can't play it, or you won't hear it.
Yeah, you can just you can listen to it and just tell us what they said.
See if I can get it up here. Pause.
And Six of Truth. I know you didn't want to hear this, but John Campia said he reached out to folks he knew personally at Warner Brothers and said Gunn wasn't going nowhere. Ha ha.
I mean, I don't think he should go anywhere.
Yeah. Well, we trust in Campy.
He hasn't had a chance to. He's had one.
I mean,
movie. He's had
has
one
Campia
movie.
been in the industry for 20 some odd years? Will he not know somebody?
That's a fact. That's a fact. He also called himself the grandfather of Recast T'Challa.
Well,
so I just be looking at him with side eye.
We ain't bringing him up. Players fuck up.
I just be looking at him with a side eye. He just be talking.
I'm sorry,
sometimes.
Miss Roberta. She might be still in here. She gonna get me in the morning.
He's the same one that gave the No Way Home pictures. Wasn't supposed to.
He did. I forgot that was John.
Take a look at Tobey Maguire's dick. Remember those words. That was from John Campia.
Whoa. Gotta relax. All right. You want me to present this?
Yeah.
All right.
Audience, let us know if you can hear it. These are skip to the 40-second.
I like that coat.
What is it? 42 minutes?
Oh, I'm about to say what coat, and then I had to look. I was like okay.
Carhartt vintage jackets flash sale.
Should be at just right at 40 minutes. 40 minutes 29 seconds.
40 minutes 29 seconds.
Oh, I'm glad they bookmarked
Six of Truth just hates James Gunn. I don't know if James Gunn PD your cereal or what.
We'll just stop there. We'll get it there.
There's a lot of things I can't mention. I'll just tell you what I can say. It's not anything groundbreaking at all.
Mm-hmm.
One, the plan is this will premiere.
The trailer can y'all hear that?
Scene with
Why can't I hear it?
I can hear it.
Fire and Ash.
I can hear it.
That's the plan.
Well, I can't hear nothing.
Forward. Okay, it'll be seen there,
Damn it.
which I think will actually really drive up the box office.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's when people will see it, and that comes out in late December. Right? What is it? The 19th? You can look it up. And the person who saw it said it's not finished, not completely finished, but he was this person, he or she, was surprised at the amount of footage they showed of Doom in action.
Mm.
It felt like, and this is my interpretation, it felt maybe a little desperate. That they're really that when they say Avengers Doomsday, this is not a teaser trailer. You're gonna get not just a glimpse of Doom, you're gonna see Doom. And the way the character was described in terms of Downey's interpretation of the character is a classic universal monster, like the Phantom of the Opera. You know, the Lon Chaney Phantom of the Opera. It's a tragic figure and a broken figure, and part of it is his armor, Doom's armor. Okay, Iron Man had the armor, and that was his superpower.
Yeah.
Doom must have the armor because he has a broken body, scarred, and he's going full. Not my words, someone else's words. He went full universal monster with the interpretation.
So true Darth Vader and not Kylo Ren.
Exactly. The suit, he needs the suit to actually function. So this is almost, you're right.
Yeah,
Darth Vader, it's like almost, and frankly, when I saw
like
Star Wars in 1977, the first thing that popped in my head after seeing the movie was, that's kind of like Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom is green and metallic armor. Darth Vader is just Dr. Doom spray painted black.
It all comes full circle.
That was and look, even George Lucas admits it was, he was influenced by Flash Gordon.
Yes.
Pop art, Marvel Comics. So
did y'all get that interpretation?
I don't like it.
No. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have.
Did y'all get that same interpretation
everything
that
they're
Doom was
saying
Vader
right
and
now-
Vader is Doom? That was 1-to-1?
No.
I never until George Lucas said it.
I didn't. Now that I kind of see it. Yeah, I kind of see that a little bit.
I don't like when people can. Even when the maker does it, I hate when Vader's Vader. Damn it.
Yeah, but I see the parallels.
But the thing is, Victor Von Doom, before he became Doom, was always a elite asshole.
I mean, my man wouldn't pay Luke Cage just $200, so 200. So my man Luke Cage had to
At
tune
least
him up.
Anakin
for his 200
Skywalker
money.
had some depth to him before he went to the dark side. Victor was already there. He just didn't have the powers or the suit yet.
Wait, finish that out that he was saying, Marcus.
makes sense. So this is and then of course add the element that Doom has not just his technical and skill with science, also combined with magic.
Which is very Doom.
Yeah, so that's really what I can report. Looking at Avatar, which everyone really could have guessed that, not big news, but you will see a lot of Doom in the trailer. What this is Marvel planting the flag and saying, you know what? Boom. This is what we're doing. Get ready for it. And I do think, based on what I heard, that fans will be excited. I mean, they're doing this trailer now 1 year out, at least from what the current release. A lot of people are saying could push 6 months. The fact that they're already shooting the second movie after completing, they're doing reshoots, completing Doomsday. This will be worked on right up until the end. Secret Wars will be shooting. You can look it up. It's been announced, not a secret. That's shooting early in 2026. So there you go. When I can tell you more news, I will. That's all really I'm kind of allowed to say.
Yeah.
Any comments, Alan? We'll go.
Yeah, that sounds like a load of barnacles.
Okay. There you go.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. That it was literally like a stream of words that went in one ear and out the other. Like I kind of tuned it out a little bit. I was like, okay, you're kind of like telling us this, that, and the third, but
yeah, the whole broken, he needs the armor to survive thing, I don't like. But one thing I have said from the very beginning of them showing this trailer was they always needed to show as much Doom as possible, show as much action as possible. Don't have this
sell it.
trailer being some lines from Endgame with some flash. Don't do that. Don't have it be. You remember when they did that Marvels trailer? That very last like teaser trailer for the Marvels didn't have shit to do with the Marvels.
Yep, it was terrible.
The Thanos
That was
quotes.
a terrible trailer.
Yes,
it
all
was
the
a terrible
Thanos
trailer.
quotes and all that shit. Don't do that.
They didn't even reference it. They weren't even talking about Thanos. They just threw it in there erroneously.
Yeah, so I've said that this trailer needed to be showing a hell of a lot of Doom because you're expecting the audience to come in and have this this fear for him like we had for Thanos, but we had seen Thanos a few not that we saw Thanos kicking ass, but we at least seen him like, okay, fine, I'll do it myself, and then the whole thing in Guardians and the other moment. We've seen this man cradling a child.
And here's the thing about that, and I said this even back when I watched Fantastic Four. I said that could you imagine had that post-credit scene been Kang the Conqueror, or at least one of his variants, there with Franklin Richards rather than faceless
Doom.
Dr. Doom. That would have hit so much more better, especially when you know that Kang is an ancestor of Reed Richards, which means by default he is an ancestor of Franklin Richards.
Here's the problem you run into though, Torian. They got to do that, but at the same time, they have to build up Doom because we haven't seen him. See, I think a lot of the speculation about Doom being popped up in the Fantastic Four movie was warranted. I got to take this fucking chain off. His ear is starting to itch my neck. I think that speculation was warranted because are you telling me you're going to drop this character in cold on Doomsday and expect it to perform? Like it's one thing if we actually have time to build it. And I think that's reason why the trailer is so heavily leaned in towards Doom because we haven't seen the man. We're literally going to get introduced to him in the movie. We've never done that with the villain. We've never introduced the villain in the same movie he's featured in. So now this is uncharted grounds in terms of building hype. So that having to do that at the same time puts you in a pickle. Maybe you put both of them in there in a scene with Franklin Richards, but you got to do some work on Doom before y'all get to Doomsday. Go ahead, Derek.
Maybe, and I hate this. I just want to preference that first. Maybe they've done their work. Maybe the theory that is out there of, with them saying that, hey, this is a direct sequel to Endgame. Maybe we don't have to know Doom because we already know Doom because he's
Tony Stark.
He's Tony Stark.
No, but I don't think they could do it as a 1-to-1. I don't think they can make Dr. Doom Tony Stark. I think they have to make a Dr. Doom, but he has to be a different character than what we've seen in Tony.
This is not from Marvel or anything. This is just a theory that is out there. Josh started it, and now all these other people are running with it. I hated it when he said it, and I hated it when other people started running with it. The whole Tony Stark is adopted, and he was supposed to be Dr. Doom, and Dr. Doom is him from another universe or another reality or whatever. And and I'm just saying maybe this is why they're trying to make it seem as if we really don't got to know this nigga because, hey, you spent the entire Infinity Saga with him. But this time, hey, he's the bad guy.
I feel like when you tear that deep into the lore to set a course, it kind of handicaps you, right? When you have to tear up the things that come before you that much to set your own course, first of all, you end up spending a percentage of the movie course correcting things that have already been established. Number two, you think that you're setting your own original course, but if you spend a period of time trying to retcon the stuff that came before or trying to lambaste over that so nobody remembers it, then you are beholden to that. You're still beholden to that narrative. Whether you're continuing it on or if you're trying to add more things to the story to cover it up, you're still beholden to that narrative. You're not telling your story for a certain period of time. You covering up somebody else's work. I don't think that's good storytelling. I don't think that that's good. They have to find a way to deal with the MCU the way it is and still push it forward with this new villain. But they haven't been doing that work necessarily in these last two phases. So that's where a lot of my skepticism for Doomsday in general is coming from. They simply haven't done the work, and they just expect everybody to hop on the bandwagon. I don't think we're that. I don't think that's where we're at in terms of an audience.
We shall see for sure with that. When they drop that trailer in front of Avatar: Fire and Ash, as I've said, if it's one of those things where people are saying, "Oh, that was," talking about the trailer for the weekend, talking about the trailer for maybe that next week, and then the theories and skeptics all die down, well, then you didn't do your job. I always use No Way Home as a point of reference because it was the last real moment that I felt that the MCU was on fire, and in a good way. If it doesn't have that No Way Home feel where people are literally y'all remember that people were fucking going crazy theorizing, going crazy, breaking down late night interviews done with Andrew Garfield. Like, come on, people were going.
I am not the wolf.
Yeah, so if it doesn't have that feel where the audience is really invested in really riding the coattails to Doomsday, then I don't know that it did its job.
And here's the thing. There isn't another MCU movie coming out until Brand New Day. And that's not until the end of July.
What do they have? Vision Quest and then that? Oh, fucking Wonder Man. Lord have mercy.
Wonder Man.
Wonder Man!
And then Vision Quest. And then No Way Home. I mean, Brand New Day.
Hey, they was
As
talking
far
about
as-
Wonder Man gonna be fired.
This shit, hell. The hell.
Are y'all going to watch at least one episode?
I don't know that I can find myself to do it. And the reason I say that, and it's not because it's like, oh, there's you just... That first impressions for me are lasting impressions. That trailer was ass. That trailer was ass. It was
I usually watch people's trailer reactions for like certain trailers. For that one, I did not, because I just had the strongest inkling that a lot of people was going to have a lot of shit to say about it. So I said, I'm gonna just leave it alone. I will watch at least one episode to see what the narrative is supposed to be with it. But I have.
Did you watch the trailer?
I did. I watched a little short one and then I watched the full one.
So what was your thoughts on the full one? There it is. There it is.
That deep side told it all.
Now,
Yeah,
this is
so
the same.
Yeah.
The same thing that you said about Clayface is what I felt about Wonder Man. We are in the midst of a multiverse saga. I ain't trying to watch a show about an actor trying to get a job with some weirdo. I don't care.
It's the whole business they've made around it. Like, I'm auditioning for Wonder Man. You're not Wonder Man.
I'm going to watch it to see what happens. And it's out of pure curiosity. It's not because I want to. It's just because I'm curious. I want to see what they're talking about.
I'm just confused. How many episodes is it? 8, 9, the normal?
Yeah.
So at what point does he become not Wonder Man on screen, but Wonder Man? Not Wonder Man in the show, but Wonder Man. So is it like
Wonder Man's not real? He's a TV character.
Right.
Yes, but
he's trying to play Wonder Man.
But he's supposed to get these powers also, because so we're not watching 9 episodes of an episode. Like, we're not watching a TV show of a TV show.
I'm gonna sit around and wait for the viral moment where they're like, "Oh my God, it was a fake out. He's Adam Brashear." Then I'll start watching it.
Isn't Wonder Man supposed to be attached to Vision?
Yes,
he is. It's his brain. He's got the same brain waves. That's why they're kind of somewhat close. And let them. Well, see, this is why I'm not watching. So you're not hurt. My feelings aren't hurt that they're doing that in the finale. I'm not watching. I'm not watching. I'll see the clips on Twitter, and if the clips on Twitter are good enough, I'm like, you know what? Okay, I might check this out. Then I might check Wonder Man out. If Twitter is giving me the vibe that you can miss this like you missed Zombies and the rest, then I'm gonna miss it.
I haven't heard a single soul talk about Eyes of Wakanda. Not a single body, not a single person.
Nobody talked about Eyes of Wakanda.
Yeah, not since even when it showed. I mean, I did appreciate the art. some of the direction, stuff like that, but it doesn't tie to anything that has anything to do with T'Challa. I just use it as a one-off, visually, yes. Some of the stories, yes. Still has nothing to do with T'Challa, so I don't put it up there.
Hey, Eyes of Wakanda.
Yeah, art-wise, I mean, as
War
an art
Dogs.
form, like me being, being an acting and looking at it as at an artistic standpoint, it has some phenomenal aspects. As we're talking about this multiverse, and we're talking about what's supposed to be going on for, T'Challa and trying to and all of that has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Alvin, Eyes of Wakanda. That came out in August.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you're not looking at if you take away the T'Challa aspect of it, it's actually really good. But that being looming over there, you don't really care about it after you watch it. You be like,
Well, and they tried to make it. It's so funny, boy. They were so proud of themselves with Eyes of Wakanda. They wanted Eyes of Wakanda to hit so damn hard that they lied to the audience by telling them, "Oh, it fits so perfectly on the timeline of everything right now, and it's going to lead." Boy, that I didn't watch Eyes of Wakanda.
you're telling the backstory of a sickle or a hammer. Or that's what it is. It's the backstory of the hammer.
The backstory of the hammer.
No, it's dead serious. It's the backstory of the hammer to kill the Killmonger finds in the museum. That's what the show is really about.
Oh wow, the show is about the hammer from the museum that poisoned the
He said a sickle at first. I was like, what the
sickle
fuck
or
is a sickle?
whatever he did, farming tool, whatever.
I was like, what is a sickle?
Because once Killmonger shows up on screen and they do the scene where he's in the museum, I'm like, so this really is a show about a farming tool.
Artifacts
thank
from
you for
Wakanda.
The lion, yeah. All
sentence
the
that you. Now I'm glad I missed it. Like I didn't miss anything.
so culture.
I guess they didn't
The
lie.
first
That's how it is.
episode, all the first episode, or whatever it was, it had to do. All those episodes got to the point to the hammer or to the object. That's all it was. It just got to the object.
Did
So
did they show the lady getting poisoned with the coffee?
No, they didn't go that far.
Oh, okay. Well, then they should commit it. Go the whole way if you're gonna tell the whole.
They just
hammer
got to the
story.
point. They just got to the point where you saw when you see Killmonger, that opening scene where you see him from the back and you see him looking at the hammer before the lady comes over.
Is it animated? That scene?
I don't know. It was actually live action. They just stopped.
I'm done.
They stopped. They stopped. Like you get
done.
to that point and it stops. So I think it was live action.
They could.
Wait, whatever,
They were
the
so
hammer,
lazy
the
with it.
sickle,
They
whatever.
said no.
They
we're not
can
doing
recreate it in animation, huh? We gonna repurpose the
mean-
beef footage.
Like if you think about the show in its entirety, it's a show about them trying to figure out how to be able to keep Wakanda in secret. There were a lot of war dolls going out. The Hatu Sarasi wasn't named. It was animated. It looked real. I don't know, but the Hatu Sarasi wasn't named in the show. You had female Hatu Sarasi, which was a no-no. You know what I mean? And it all had to culminate to the hammer. Was it? I don't know. It looked rendered. Okay, it looked AI rendered. My bad. My bad. But it's still, at the end of the day, it was about a hammer. Or whatever it is. Whatever that tool is, that's what it was about. I'm about to get off because I'm not gonna lie.
Gotta have that white lady give the history.
Exactly.
Have that white lady give
Is
the
Tina still
history.
in the chat?
She was asking for a
I
link.
think she was
but-
asking for the link earlier.
Yeah, but I got to get off of here because I've literally been up a long time.
I feel you.
I've been up all day, so I am exhausted right now. So, yeah, that's what the hammer had to be discovered by Killmonger to save the future, but it still had to do with a hammer.
Tragic.
I'm sorry. It sounds bad because I really liked the aesthetic and everything of some of the stories, but it still had to do with a hammer.
Oh, she said
So,
she right there. She popped right up.
all right. So,
Call her name. Call her late
Tina,
night
Tina,
Beetlejuice.
come
She
and take
popped
my
right up.
spot. I gotta get off of here, man. I appreciate you guys having
How
me
much
on
longer we got?
Pantheon.
We're gonna be over
I
2
don't-
hours and 19 minutes.
We
Yeah, we
we
been on
are.
here. I appreciate y'all being on.
Oh, Tina,
All
I
right,
didn't
Dre,
even.
you
I
know
didn't
for
even
sure, bro.
see that. Tina.
Yeah. I'm off next week. So you know,
I didn't even see that, Tina. My
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I'll
why you're
tune
doing
in
all those
next week.
pre-records. Oh, that's why you're doing all those.
Yeah, because I
pre-records next week?
got training from 6 in the morning to 4:30. So
Okay.
Monday through Thursday. So I'll be up after that.
Cool.
Up, my
Okay.
headphones are dying. All right.
I'll be
Thank you
looking forward
guys.
to
I
it.
appreciate you guys, man. Y'all take it easy, man. Much love to all of y'all.
Taste the biscuits with the honey
The
and the
honey sauce.
You gotta
biscuits
put the honey sauce.
with that honey sauce.
Hey, look, hey, check it out. If anybody come in here grifting, tell them to taste the biscuits.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Tina, I didn't even see that you messaged me.
Yeah, she probably messaged you like a half hour ago.
She did. I didn't even see it. Yeah. Well, Damson's on another red carpet. People gonna make
Yeah.
videos.
Did
They
you
gonna
did you
make
feel
another
like that
assumption.
was a real thing, or did you feel like it was just
Absolutely
coincidental?
not. Absolutely not. I wasn't gonna do a video over it, but I am going to do an actual video over it instead of just talking about it on the stream like Chill and I did. But I absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think it was nothing more than a red carpet event that had more to do with just the, like I said, if you watch Tina's video over it, it wasn't it was, I think the event was, or that part of something of it was put on by Tiana Taylor or whatever. I could be getting that wrong. But there were other Black celebrities that were walking in it as well that were wearing different designers that weren't the person that made the Wakanda.
I seen Lakeith Stanfield in the back of that joint.
Yeah, there was other people. So it was nothing more than
I'm like,
a
so
fashion
Lakeith, that mean
show.
Lakeith in Black Panther too?
Yeah, and then yeah, it was nothing more than a fashion show. But I'll tell you what's been irritating. And I when I say this stuff, I never want to make it seem like I am, or any of me, I don't want to say any of us, me, are trying to gatekeep or anything like that, because I'm not. I'm so glad that there are so many people that are just like, but it's just like Emergency Awesome irritates the fuck out of me. Like, I watched his video, and I only ever watch his recast videos just to see what he's either inaccurately saying or what he's just, repeating over and over again to make up the 11 minutes or whatever. But he said yesterday, oh, this was a Marvel and Vogue event. No, the fuck it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Why are you telling people that was a Marvel and Vogue event? Then went on to say some other inaccuracies in his video. Talking about gosh, I mean, he said a few other things that were not accurate in there, trying to place it with that Marvel has recasted him and that it's this and this and that, and I'm like, it's one, it irritates me. I think it irritates me because we have been covering, and I don't want to keep saying we, let me say me. I've been covering this stuff for now almost 5 years on YouTube and wherever else. And for him to come in, all of them, Soups, all of them, for them to come in, I love it that you're getting the views and you're getting the eyes and all that kind of stuff, but you are also not giving people real facts. You're not giving people, like, in videos that we all do, we will cite video or interviews where Chadwick has talked about wanting, it to continue or things like that. We'll cite interviews or whatever that Simone has said, or his brothers or whatever, X, Y, and Z. There, with Emergency Awesome, his video in particular, just the things he was talking about, just zero facts on any of the things he was talking about, and you were just going off of he was going off of his inaccurate account of his quote unquote Marvel fashion show, because that's what he called it. It was a Marvel fashion show. And it had nothing to do with Marvel. Nothing to do with. So it's just all the people that were like, just like, oh yeah, this is so cool. And he's like, yeah, what do you think about Marvel finally recasting T'Challa? What the fuck? This is the same person that said they shouldn't recast T'Challa. So it's, I don't know. It's yay. I'm glad people are talking about it, but it's just so irritating. Some of these people that do talk about it that don't give the facts. Because the video I'm going to do, I'm going to give fact. Like fact, it was not a Marvel event. Marvel didn't call Tiana. And why would they have Tiana Taylor do the soft launch of T'Challa? Like, I just
Obviously, she about to be in the door.
yeah, right. So I don't know, but I'm glad people are talking. I really am. I just wish this energy was there 4 years ago. This oh yeah, T'Challa, we love him. Like, where was this 4 years ago? It's just man. And like Soups, he did like a short. He was like, Marvel's finally recasting T'Challa, and like I'm just like, okay, y'all. Hey, all right. Tina knows more about the event than I do, because she knows exactly what they were doing. It wasn't no damn Marvel event.
Yeah, I've just been laughing hearing so much inaccurate information. I'm talking about it's been crazy. Just been crazy. Just crazy.
It is.
I guess it's because it's the level of excitement that was there, because for once they felt like, oh, this is our little beacon of hope right here, because we've been hearing like absolutely nothing involving this character except speculation, so maybe here is something. But I said, don't get your hopes too high. I said, I will believe it when I see that something is in writing and the ink has dried. Then that's when you can, do the pomp and circumstance thing. But until then, this is just like, just a glamorous thing that's happening right now at the moment.
And people be claiming they have black friends. Y'all don't have black friends. Y'all don't. Y'all don't have black friends, because y'all don't, when shit like this going on, y'all don't call y'all black friends at all. Y'all
They just be talking. They be talking.
like Geeky Cast. He did a whole goddamn TikTok and was like, I think they're finally recasting T'Challa. Damson Idris was there with the wife of T'Challa.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah,
what
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
fuck
yeah.
is going on?
That's it. They all keep Damson Idris, Damson Iguana, Damson Igloo.
Damson Idris.
They said y'all would cuss Chad ass out. You said he was there with the wife. I guess he was calling Tiana Taylor the wife, and
I'm
Angela
telling you,
the mother. I'm like, what?
I'm telling you, but that is why I'm so irritated. It's because it's like, none of you have been interested in this conversation. And now I know that none of them are as passionate about recasting T'Challa as most of us are. But it's like, if you at least do some research before you go putting out a video.
None.
They riding a wave. They riding a wave.
That's it. They're riding a wave. It's like, oh, this is a moment to get clicks with T'Challa's name attached, blah, 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 blah. So let me take advantage of it. That's exactly what it is. Riding the wave.
Yeah, like you said, they said it was a Black Panther fashion show. I'm like, this is how. But look, this is what I'll say. I would not be surprised if there would not be a civil war brewing, because I do think all of this conversation. I said in my video, I would not be surprised if Kevin Feige starts looking at Ryan Coogler saying, "Hey man, I know you want to go where you want to go, but." Look what's happening. Have you been seeing what's happening? Ryan gonna be like, nah, I ain't seen shit.
Nah, I don't got social. I don't got social media, bro. Bro, you should delete your social media too, bro. You should get like me.
I would not be surprised if there starts to be a little more of a heavier hand, because stuff like this does make it back. Like, people see what's going on. So I wouldn't take it off the table.
Yeah,
I would not. But he's definitely not in Marvel at the moment, for sure. I know that for sure. But look, Kevin has folded on a lot of other stuff. Like I talked about, he bought old girl back from the Marvels.
Nia DaCosta.
Nia, he brought Michael Waldron's back. RDJ is back.
What if Damson
Michael
just so
B.
happened-
What you call it might be back. Y'all were talking earlier, Jonathan.
Majors,
Who
yeah.
knows?
What if Damson just so happened to be at the fashion show? He see Tiana, he see Angela Bassett, he see they all, Ruthie Carter. They like, oh shit, they got their shit on. Hold on now. I'm here, but I'm here though. You feel me? I'm here, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? If I slide in, I get some pictures. Maybe I can put some.
1,000%.
You know what I'm saying? I can put a little rub on Marvel. Hey, listen, you see they calling for me, right?
I do think I've said that too. I do think that I haven't said it in the context of the conversation, the whatever, the fashion show, but I have said before, he's obviously we all know that he's very much aware of people wanting him in. He's very much aware of the conversation and things like that. So I'm sure, because you have to remember too, Angela wasn't on board with killing T'Challa either. I don't think
she wasn't on board with herself dying.
Yes, but I
Yeah,
think that was also, I think that had to do with, because it was like, she had said something like, people are already gonna be sad enough from. Hold on, because this motherfucker.
She was like, Ryan. Now, why would you, Ryan?
Yeah, I think it's very intentional. I think Damson grabbing her hand. I think all of that was very intentional. I think he wants.
Make it look.
I think he wants the conversation for sure. He's not dumb.
They said make it look. They said make it look
thank
juicy
you,
for the
Pam.
cameras.
Thank you, Pam. That was another one.
Jeff Goldblum was definitely in that thing too.
Because that was another
Who he gonna play?
emergency awesome. That's the other
Goldblum
part.
is about to play.
That was the other part.
Jeff Goldblum is about to play Namor's father.
He said,
I am the father of
he started naming all the other celebrities that were in the picture. He was like, and if you notice, you can notice this was a Marvel event because there were so many other great big Marvel actors there. This motherfucker named the woman that plays the queen of the gold people chasing the Guardians.
Yeah.
her
as a major actor in Marvel Studios.
First
she
of all,
got
she's
killed
dead.
in Guardians 3.
She's dead.
Exactly.
She's dead.
I don't even remember that she died, but yeah. So I was like, bro,
he's wild for that.
Stop,
He's wild for that.
If you don't stop, it was crazy.
Hey, folks, it's been real. I walked around the block about 4 or 5 times getting the kids candy tonight. I'm about to hit it. I love y'all all. Tina, Torian, I appreciate y'all coming up tonight. Darius,
no problem.
POP, hold it down.
POP, hold it down.
Holding it down.
I'm out of here. Hey, I almost pulled a Josh. I almost hit end stream.
No, about to close it down. Why
Before we
NLE
really
Chopper doing a video pretending like he yelling at NBA YoungBoy? I'm gonna have to watch that.
I gotta call my nephew because I'm so disconnected from the young guys. He gotta fill me in. I'm 20 years separated from what's going on. I gotta find out.
But then I gotta ask a question. So Stranger Things season 5 dropped their official trailer today. What did you think?
I thought it was great. I'm ready to.
I'm not ready. I told somebody in a DM today on Instagram. I said I am not ready. They said why? I said because like when you've come to know these characters for all these seasons and you've seen them literally grow, it's like you get scared because it's like I just know because the final season they can pull out all the stops. One of the main characters is getting up out of here.
Oh yeah, somebody's gonna die.
Somebody
gonna die
is
for
about
sure.
to be put on Vecna's chopping block.
Yeah, somebody's gonna die for sure. I like the trailer. I like also that they didn't really give us too much. These damn cats, bro, don't get.
Yeah, I don't think they can get. Yeah, I don't think they can get too much because it's like these are going to be like movie style episodes and it's split into 3 parts.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the finale in theaters. I'm definitely gonna do that.
Oh yeah, that was smart.
Yeah.
That's smart
That should be
marketing
pretty
on
cool.
Netflix's part.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I might actually go and watch it on a big screen and just bypass watching it on Netflix that day. I'm sure that's gonna draw a crowd.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna watch the finale there before I watch it on Netflix. But it, I'm ready. I'm ready. You know, I'm interested, especially that the ending of the trailer where he's telling Will, "I need you one last
One
time."
last time.
I'm like, ah, shit. Will can't.
I said,
Right.
I said, Will hasn't had a break since episode 1, season 1.
No.
They put that boy through it like every season. He can't catch a break.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready, and I'm glad it's next month. Not too far off.
Yep. And
Are
I
y'all
looked at
watching
the.
Welcome to Derry? I haven't watched
I
it.
Yeah,
Everybody-
yes,
I watched
I
the
am.
opening to the first episode. I haven't finished
Okay.
it though.
I'm gonna watch.
I watched the first, you know, and also they're streaming the episode 2 on Halloween, which ironically is tomorrow, instead of waiting
I think
until
it's coming. Yeah, it's
Sunday
coming out
to
at
do it.
3. It's coming out at 3 a.m. I think tonight.
So I'm
When-
definitely looking.
You can
What's that?
spoil it for me without. Don't tell me the everything. Is Pennywise in the first episode?
A form of him is.
A form of him. Okay.
Yeah, not the clown version that we all know him for, because basically it's like with the It Chapter 1, it takes place in the 80s, and then the Chapter 2 takes like 20 something years later. But what they're
27.
doing is the year 27, because he's like the Creeper. The Creeper comes out every 23 years. Pennywise emerges every 27 years. So now they're going back 27 years into the 60s before what we saw with the Chapter 1. And
Oh,
if
I
you
see,
look at
okay.
it, and if you look at it, you can see the connections between certain characters in this show to the ones that we've seen in It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2.
Oh, God,
and
I watched it.
and there's a little bit of a crossover, because there's a character in this show that's another character in another Stephen King project.
See.
I'm not going to say who it is. I'm going to let y'all go ahead and watch it, but I'm going to put it this way. The other Stephen King project is a very popular movie. Very popular movie.
I have to check it out.
Yeah, but the show was good so far, and man, that beginning was something, but that ending was crazy.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Yeah, that
I'ma watch
beginning was crazy.
I'm gonna watch. I gotta check it out. Y'all really think that-
OUT.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Y'all really think they're gonna do a Doomsday trailer in front of Avatar? I don't think it's happening.
I don't know. I
really honestly don't care. I'm coming there to see
Yeah.
Fire and Ash. So I mean, if they do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. It won't hurt me either way.
I will be a little disappointed if they don't, personally, because I'm kind of like, this is the Marvel film where it's not like I'm counting down the days for Doomsday, because I'm not.
Right.
But I'm very interested in how the fuck they're gonna pull this off. So any glimpse of anything that they're going to I wanna see.
What they could do is, one of two things. Either one, air this teaser ahead of Avatar, or two, wait until the Super Bowl.
I don't even think they're gonna put it in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, we got other movies before that. They haven't even have they done trailers in Super Bowls? Because I feel like last year and the year before they were dropping it before the Super Bowl.
Some trailers dropped
Super
before,
Bowl, didn't they?
Yeah, they dropped some trailers before the Super Bowl. Like
Usually
for instance,
before, like 7 o'clock.
Like for instance, I thought they was gonna wait and drop Fantastic Four for the Super Bowl, but they didn't. They dropped that a whole week before the week of. They wanted because they wanted to drop it on the 4th, understandably. So they had to drop it like a few days before. Even with Superman, they dropped like another trailer before the Super Bowl or something like that.
Deadpool did drop it during the Super Bowl.
Was it during or before though? I mean, did they actually pay for the slot? Is what I'm asking.
They showed that I don't know.
They showed it was a tease trailer,
right?
In the full, to basically say, go watch the full trailer online.
Yeah, but
that's what they typically do.
Yeah, but Deadpool and Wolverine came out in May, so it would make sense to drop that.
No, it came out in July.
But I'm saying that was that 6 month gap. That makes sense. A year out.
Now, if I had to predict for maybe some other trailers they could throw out there, maybe Supergirl or Brand New Day.
Yeah,
You
you
don't think
definitely
you
got to
don't
do
think it would,
Supergirl and Spider Man.
you don't think it's necessary for them to do it a year out?
I
You
think now I believe they should. I don't think they will. I feel like they've already closed their marketing books for Marvel already for the. I think that's why they moved
You
Wonder
know
Man.
what?
They probably said,
If they don't show this trailer at Fire and Ash, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just like, to me that then they really are the meme of the dog with everything on
I
fire.
mean,
This is
I guess you
fine.
could say,
Everything's fine.
because I guess you could say because after they teased it so much that they were going to do it, much like how they said, if you want to see the very first trailer, the first full trailer for Fire and Ash, you have to go watch Fantastic Four First Steps, and they actually did it, and it was like the last trailer that they showed right before the movie started, and they let it stay like that for like the first weekend, and then that's when they dropped the trailer online like a week later.
but that was that 6 month gap. We're talking about a
Yeah.
year. I feel
They-
like
Well,
they
look at
closed their marketing.
Force
to your
Awakens.
point. Well, actually, they can do it because for Fantastic Four, they dropped the Odyssey teaser in that, and that comes out a whole year from now. But you know that's Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan is
Yeah.
known to drop teasers a whole year
Not
out from
only
movies.
that, didn't that nigga drop like didn't he drop the tickets and they sold out? Doomsday couldn't do that right now and sell
Yeah.
out.
Exactly, Christopher Nolan. He definitely has built his audience, and he knows what he's doing. He's like a marketing machine, so he
Yeah.
knows exactly what he's like. I can drop this teaser for Odyssey now, have people talking about it, which people did talk about it, and then let it go by months, and then drop a main trailer for it, and have people talking about it again as if like it like never was not talked about. And then on top of that, think about it. He has two major Marvel actors in his movie that come out the same month as that movie that they're both in. You got
Movie's loaded.
John Bernthal and Tom Holland in that same movie, and they both come out in the same month.
Yeah.
They said
And
that
Zendaya.
a trailer for Odyssey is supposed to be shown in front of Fire and Ash as well.
That would make
Hey,
sense. We're about
I can believe
about
it.
that 6 month mark out. It's just a year. I mean, I think they should do it, but I also feel like they done closed the marketing books for Marvel this year. I think that's why they moved Wonder Man. They probably said we done. Let's start over.
Exactly.
Let's start over in
Let's
2020.
put something exactly. Let's put something in January, because when you think about it, December is a pretty packed month. For it to be a December, it's a pretty packed month.
And see, I don't even know if I believe this. This was from the Beyond Reporter, October 20th. They said, so Avatar 3 will have trailers for Avengers Doomsday. I sure as fuck don't believe Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's what?
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't think so. Aren't they still filming?
Yeah, because you know they
Did
had
I
to take a
just see
break 'cause
pictures
Tom
with
Holland had
Sadie
that
Sink?
injury.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
They're still filming.
Supergirl in the Odyssey. I can believe the Odyssey. Maybe
Yeah, maybe
Supergirl.
Supergirl. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
because remember they dropped the teaser for Superman in December of last year.
Was that the 5-minute deal?
No,
Or
it was that little teaser that when you first see him falling out the sky and Crypto comes to him.
Oh,
That teaser.
yeah. Where everybody was
But,
like,
but
oh,
once again, Torian, that movie came out in the summer. That was that 6 month
Exa-
window. So
Exactly.
We'll see.
we'll see. I don't know.
I have a feeling that they're probably like, if we're talking about the Super Bowl, they're probably going to drop another trailer for Mortal Kombat 2.
I think it would behoove Marvel to do something
To do it.
Doomsday related.
Yeah.
I just they just don't have the buzz. They don't have anybody talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot. Shout out to Stamina for mentioning that. I forgot Zendaya's in Odyssey too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
she is.
yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
The hell is she?
That,
in?
that Odyssey movie is loaded. Lupita's in it too. There's a lot of Marvel characters in that. Lupita's in it too.
I remember having to
who
read
is
the Odyssey
Zendaya?
when I was in damn.
Yeah, we read it in high school too. Who the hell
You
is
read it
she
in high
in it? What would Tom say? I got to be in it, and so does
I
my
have no clue
fiance.
who she-
That's what I'm talking
I haven't
about.
I haven't read that. I haven't read that story
Doubling
in so
down.
long, and that was such a long ass story.
It's
That
a
was
long
a long.
story.
It is a very long story. I can only imagine how long that movie is, but Christopher Nolan has been known to make long movies. Oppenheimer was like a 3-hour fever dream, but it was a good movie though. It was a really good movie.
Yeah, no, this is probably going to be a long ass movie. I'm sure things and practical effects he really wanted to do, like
Yeah.
Zeus's lightning. Probably like, can we really get some real lightning to hit these motherfuckers real quick? So yeah, no, it's gonna be great though. That teaser was, I mean, if you know the story of the Odyssey is a great story in general. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm ready.
Dang. I wanted to come in when y'all was talking about the Doomsday, talking about how he needs the suit to hold him together. Y'all, I'm gonna be so pissed off.
Oh yeah,
I already said that RDJ look old. Like he look old. He look real frail and old. So if the
Turtle-like.
suit has to keep him up,
yeah, no. I'm just
the geriatric Dr. Doom.
I was just about to say that I'm sick of geriatric superheroes and villains. Damn, gotta have Dr. Doom home by 8.
I'm gonna be so mad, but I'm gonna be there.
He gonna have to. He got to put on some icy hot.
Yeah.
But that HD video, I mean, picture that's going around, it did show like, I think he had Thor's hammer in one of the emblems, and then Captain Marvel's. So I'm like, maybe he is taking all this stuff to hold his body together.
What
You
picture?
didn't see? Oh, dang, let me see. So somebody has an HD. There's been an HD version of that Dr. Doom picture going around from when they were over in Asia. Somebody like blew it up or zoomed into it. Let me see. Dr. Doom.
Not on topic, but did you see Winnie Harlow dress as Whitney?
I've seen
That's
it.
funny. She killed that.
I'm gonna tag you. I don't know.
She killed that. She.
So I tagged you in it on Twitter.
It's that BET award where she was.
Yeah.
I was getting ready to ask what version of Whitney did she do. But
it's Crack Whitney. When Whitney was at the BET Awards all them years ago,
Whitney
I
has
was
a lot
done.
of-
I was dying laughing even back then as a kid because I'm like this woman hiked up her gown and came out there skipping. I said Whitney high as a kite, right? I said she feeling good right now. And I said that's the one thing about Whitney. I said we love Whitney. We like sober Whitney and we like high Whitney.
Yeah.
Oh, Whitney.
You better lay low.
One of
So
my
at the top of
favorite.
there, you could see like Thor's hammer
I'm
in
trying
the
to
emblem
zoom
on the
in.
right,
What the fuck?
and on the left is Captain Marvel's signal, and it looks like those are the rings, maybe.
I'm trying to zoom in, but I guess I'm fucking it up. Okay, never mind.
Are those RDJ's eyes?
No.
Okay, so I see Thor's hammer and I see Captain Marvel's
And then those look maybe the rings.
around his forearm. Yeah.
They said RDJ ain't even want to wear the suit. Hell no, that ain't his eyes. No, somebody else.
I wonder how much that suit weighed.
They said like 80 pounds. That's why
Ooh.
he didn't want to wear it.
That's heavy. That is heavy.
Shouldn't have took the job.
80
Shouldn't have
pounds.
took the job.
Picking up 80-pound dumbbells is something. Imagine having to wear a whole suit that weighs 80 pounds.
Look
That's
at
why
all
they
that
gotta
shit
get in
wrapped
shape.
up around him.
That's why they gotta get in. That's why they got it. Like they got them trainers that work out that train with them for like 3 months in advance, so they could wear that material.
Between that mask probably heavy as hell. Look at them. The armor.
It's probably hot
The
in that
coat.
mask too.
That coat look heavy.
Hey, nigga, for $190 million,
Exactly.
you better lift that shit up.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I was watching years ago when they had this is what I liked the DVDs back in the day when they had the Revenge of the Sith behind the scenes stuff. And the behind the scenes stuff was just as long as the movie itself, and I loved it.
Yeah.
The actor that they had to play C-3PO, like he was wearing the C-3PO costume and everything like that. It was a part in the making of the movie where he fell over and he couldn't catch himself because of how robotic the suit was, and he ended up destroying a set piece because of it. Like he could not catch himself, and like it's funny because the cast was cracking up as he was falling. He was falling in pieces, almost like how Shaq used to fall back in the day, all dramatic when he would be falling and flopping all over the place on the court.
Yeah. See, $190 million. That's why I said $190 million. His face would have been in that Fantastic Four
Exactly.
post-credit scene too. We have paid you, sir. So therefore, if we need you to show up in the scene here, show up in the scene there, yeah, fully suited.
You think I believe RDJ was in that suit on that fantastic? Absolutely.
Oh nah,
Man,
that was not him.
I put that with the same lie of Vanessa Kirby saying that was 100% a real baby the whole movie. Like, stop.
Yeah, anybody could tell that the CGI parts of Franklin Richards in that movie. The only time that Franklin Richards was 100% the entire time he was on screen was when they went 4 years later into the future with that post-credit scene, and that was a real boy that they used just for the little bit of time that he was on screen.
Yeah.
So, are we getting like a 5-year time jump?
I don't
Because
know.
that little Franklin on the little
The
tote
bag?
bag, he looks like he's like 8 or 9. That kid was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think it's a time jump. Either a time jump or Franklin then aged himself to be 8.
Oh God.
I don't
Or maybe
know.
because they're in a different universe. Like when they come to our universe, it's a whole like time.
I
I'll
don't
be
know,
there.
man.
I'll be
And the thing is, like, everyone was like, when they saw the Thunderbolts and they saw the Fantastic Four ship come into the main universe, they was like, oh, okay. Then you see this one, it's like, wait a minute, where's the connection? Like, so that just tells me they haven't gotten to that part yet in their universe.
Well,
It's
Feige
happening, but it hasn't happened yet.
answered some of that. Somebody asked him. He just said, "Oh, what he say? I don't know if that's the Do we know if that's the Fantastic Four in that ship? I don't know, or whatever he
Why
said.
would it not? Then who hijacked the ship then?
I don't know. Didn't he say that? Let me make sure I'm saying that right.
Because I didn't see that interview.
I thought I remember him saying that it was the ship, that it was the Excelsior, because there was like a little Fantastic Four behind the scenes type thing. Child, I don't know.
Let's see. Kevin Feige, when asked if the spaceship in the post-credit scene for Thunderbolts is the same from the Fantastic Four, their ship is the Excelsior, and there is a Fantastic Four ship entering the MCU, but I'm not sure it's the same ship.
Well, there's that.
So I don't know, man. I don't know.
He don't know either.
No,
Man, listen, I imagine filming for this movie is just so insane. I just know it's a wreck
Doomsday?
on. I just know it's a wreck on that set. I know it is. I just know.
Oh, you talking about Doomsday?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You said
Can
you
you
just know
imagine
it's
what?
what?
Could
A
you
wreck.
imagine-
Like I bet it's just like no
And the thing-
script, changing this, we're doing that. We need you to fly
You
back.
think you think that's a wreck? Imagine what it'll be like for them when they film in Secret Wars.
I think they'll probably have more of a concrete story for Secret Wars on where they want to go. I think right now they just freestyling. They have an idea of a story, but I think
It's the reason I believe they done brought Waldron in. They done brought
like
Nia back in. They was like, hey, what were you? What we need to try to fit some shit together. How was that working where Monica's gone and then they had to go get Waldron and have him come and clean up some shit, and yeah, they're having to pull in people to make this shit make sense, because whatever story the Russos got convinced them to take them back on obviously wasn't cohesive enough.
Exactly.
yeah.
So
And so the thing is, they glad they got the main filming out the way, because now they said, now that we got all the main filming out the way, what about these reshoots? Because it's going
Yeah,
to
you can
be
go back and
loads of them.
yeah. They
Yep,
got to get it connected together.
they're
'Cause,
doing those now. Yep, doing those reshoots now, and I mean, hell, I mean, that's I don't take any of the like when Channing Tatum, that motherfucker just happy to be a part of Marvel. But when he says
He is.
when he's
It was
talking,
written all over his face when he was Gambit in Deadpool and Wolverine. That was a dream role for him. And the thing is, like, a lot of fan casting was glad that he was there too.
I was glad he was. I need him to slim down as Remy, but yes, for sure, that suit is tight on his neck. They got him up here.
It is kind of tight on that. But you could tell. But like I said, he literally became an overnight meme with some of the stuff that he was saying. And I'm sure he was just sitting back just laughing at it. You could tell he had a real good time with that. Like, he was just having fun.
Yeah. But he's talking about how Doomsday is, we're not even going to be able to handle it. It's what he say. It's ooze. It's going to ooze. Whatever he said, whatever he was saying. Yeah, of course. Again, I attribute two things here. One, you're happy to just be a part of the team.
Right.
Two, you kind of have to say those things, right? You're on the. Now, you could pull a Mark Hamill and be like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you don't go see the movie, but I don't know.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm not taking Channing Tatum at his word right now. I do believe them all when they say that Robert Downey Jr. probably is delivering a brilliant performance. But I don't believe any of them on the, oh gosh, you're going to be blown away. Maybe.
I think because we dissect everything. So I think for the general audience, I think it's going to be fine. But I think us, we so deep into it, we're going to be like, well, why you did this? And this don't make sense. And what about this?
And the thing is, Marvel at this point they have to bank on this to be successful. Like, they have to. Like, they have no room for error, really, at all with this movie.
Yeah.
But I was watching Josh, and he was making a good point too over at Dinner Nerds. This was a while back, when he was like, it's not as if, because if, let's say, Doomsday doesn't perform well, they're still doing Secret Wars.
Yeah.
They're still doing, they're still going to do all the other, they're still going to keep going. It's not like, it's like, and he used Star Wars as the example. Look how shitty they're not stopping.
Yeah,
Star Wars has been in the shit can, in the bottom of the shit can, and they are still. Visions 3, brother, just came out tonight. Visions 3, they're on season 3. So it's like, then you got Mando Grogu that literally no one's talking about. So it's like, they're still making Star Wars. They're still going to make these movies.
I'm telling you right now, people may not be talking about Mandalorian and Grogu, but when that merch drops, people are going to buy that stuff in droves.
Yeah, people are gonna buy the merch, and maybe they'll make a lot of their money back on the merch. I don't see them making it in that theater. I've said it. I'm gonna continue to say it. I think it's doing solo numbers.
I'm gonna go see the movie just to see what it is, but like a lot of people said, they feel like it's just gonna be one long episode.
Unnecessary episode of Grogu still goo-gooing and gagaing.
And I think what hurt it too is because the third season was lacking, like very, very lacking compared to the first two seasons.
But then that's to be blamed. I don't care about all this. Oh, it's not Kathy. That's to be blamed on Kathy, because Jon Favreau. If I know, people are forgetting all this old news because now we're putting our direction and angry antennas at Bob Iger. But during the Mandalorian season, after season 2, her and Favreau had gotten into it, bumped heads big time, because Favreau had the whole story planned out where, okay, Grogu's gonna go be with Luke now, and she was like, yeah, but merch. So I'm gonna need him to be in episode or season 3. Not only is he gonna be in season 3, but he's gonna do all this. Yeah. So and then I guess that's where Favreau was like, I'm out. I'm done. After this movie, I am done. He's not doing anything else Lucasfilm related after Mandalorian and Grogu, and I don't believe that that's because him and Bob Iger were bumping heads because he wanted Grogu to go be with Luke.
Yeah.
That was Kathy.
That was Kathy.
That was Kathy. So she
Super
doesn't
chat.
like Luke. Oh yeah, we do have a super. Let me address this super.
Super chat.
I'm not chill, so you're gonna have to. Oh, here we go. All right, super says from Brian Fisher that says Damson percentage to be the new T'Challa is what? -0. That's you can't do a -0, but 0. I think. Well, I'm not gonna say 0. I'll give it a 5. As of right now, I think
it's pretty low for me right now too.
I
And
think
like I
right
said, I don't
now.
want people to get their hopes up.
Yeah, I think right now, T'Challa Jr. is coming. I could see him playing T'Challa Jr. Otherwise, like I said, I would not be surprised if Kevin starts to really put his thumb on Cougar and say, "Hey, man, when this world resets, there needs to be T'Challa there. Y'all can keep the baby, but I kind of like that
Yes,
Damson guy as
man.
T'Challa." That I could see that happening because this Damson thing is like kind of taking legs of its own. But it's like it's so mixed. Some people want him as T'Challa Jr., some people want him as T'Challa. So this is gonna be a Coogler, Kevin Feige dance that's about to happen in the next couple months.
Yeah, and that's been one of the things that I have tried to make adamant on my end from day one. Brother, I don't care that child is going to be in it. The child was going to be in it even if Chadwick Boseman would have survived and still been in the child was going to be in it regardless. So I don't care about the kid being in it. That's fine. You want to have a little, protege, that's fine. I just need him to be learning from his father who is still there and not dead and blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, you want to do the kid? Great. Have him do a father-son Avengers Day. Or something, whatever. That's what the film was going to be anyway, because they had titled it or Summer Vacation is what it was under the working title or whatever. And it was going to be, they were going to go do some traditional shit in the Wakandan forest. And then he was going to get a dun, 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 dun. What's the sitch? Hey, you gotta come to New York or wherever the fuck it is. Hey, I got my son. Bring that nigga because we got trouble. And he was going to go with him the entire film. It was a father-son film.
And I know that's what it was, but I'm like, I
feel you. I feel you because even then I'm like, I don't mind the kid being there. I never, in the all the talks of recasting T'Challa when we talked about the summer vacation working thing, I never criticized it because that wasn't the point. But I do have criticisms of that. It's like, I don't know how that would have really fared out. A story of him bringing his son along, and
I think it would have fared, but I'm thinking like 10 years in the future. I'm like, where like I wonder
where he can
going
participate.
where are we going with this? Because eventually, unless we always knew Secret Wars was coming, there was going to be a reset, and then you get the Storm. Because I'm like, we eventually was wanting to see that. So where does this?
That's what I wanted to see.
I did not know this, and that this could be wrong because this is coming from Emergency Awesome. He says some other inaccurate shit in that video. Nate Moore is coming back to help them with Black Panther 3.
Yes, I would too. I need to get my check. I will be there. I'll be on set. Yes.
Okay, so then that should answer some more questions. Come on. What? If the man
he's coming to finish his damn job.
Hey, brother, that is, come on now. If that man, if the man that put the nails in the coffin is coming back, he said, I'm making sure you don't take King of the Dead. What? No.
But in the Secret Wars comics though, because I haven't read that comic in so long, Franklin recreates the new world. I mean, we could have a new world where T'Challa is there. It's possible. But Nate's definitely gonna be there. I want to get my last paycheck too.
Yeah,
It's
Nate's
possible.
gonna be there. He remember what he said about Storm. He said we're really excited to get Storm into Wakanda.
That's the reason why I was happy for Black Panther to come, because I was thinking to myself, maybe I had my hopes up too high that we was going to get that T'Challa and Storm wedding.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Could you
a
imagine?
black wedding?
Listen, no, I'm just saying. Could you imagine what that would look like?
Oh,
on
it would tear it. If Black Panther 1 terrified them, unifying an Omega level mutant with an uncolonized nation and its king, both being of melanin color on the screen, oh bro, they'd be like, turn it off. It'd be like that episode of Andor. Turn it off, disconnect it, where they was trying to cut off Mon Mothma's speech. Cut it off. Nah, that would kill them. They that much black positivity and love. Oh, please. Storm would have to die at the funeral.
Brian
Or at the wedding. They'd have to shoot her.
And it's crazy too, because when you think about it, even in the comic run, that's why they annulled the marriage, because they didn't even like it then.
Yeah.
And that was just on comic pages. Imagine what it would be like on screen.
Somebody would die. T'Challa would either get shot at the wedding.
Somebody
or
would be
Storm
up there.
Yeah.
Someone up there would be trying to object. It would be like that episode
Game
of
of
A
Thrones
Different
wedding.
World.
Help the poor boy. That's what
It would be. You saying it would be a red wedding?
Yeah, no, like Joffrey's wedding. Oh no, that wasn't a wedding. Was it his wedding reception where they poisoned him? Yeah, something
No,
like that
that
would
was-
happen.
Was that his birthday? Or was that the wedding? I don't think it was the wedding. It may have been a wedding.
I
I
don't
forgot
know.
where it was, but Lady O got his ass. And the thing is, we went all them seasons not knowing who did it until she finally told Jamie before she took that shot of poison at the end and said, and make sure to tell Cersei it was me.
She was
Just
bad.
love her. Just love her.
I loved her character. Her character was a G. Like, she told it like it was. She wasn't. No, one of my funniest spots with her was when she was. I forgot where she was on her way to. She opened up that window to that carriage. She said, "Oh, you can smell the shit from here."
Look, I wish Marcus was here because we was arguing one day on Twitter because I said Cersei was my favorite character. He talking about you hate the best in everybody. I love Cersei, bitch. I will fight y'all about Cersei.
Well, we would have to fight. I can't stand Cersei.
Let me tell you why I like Cersei. I felt like from the moment you meet her to the moment she dies, she is who she is. She don't change for nobody. She just her. That's just it.
She is. I'll tell you what the best scene I loved was Cersei. I think the best scene with her was when she had that nun tied up and she said, "That's fine. I'm ready to die." She said, "Today, now, no." She said, "Oh God, no." She said, "No." She said, "Sir Gregor's your new god. You pray to him now." She said, "Shame."
When Cersei had to take the walk of shame through the town, I said it didn't mean much in the grand scheme of things, but it was so satisfying to watch.
Look, I was home watching it
Yeah.
the whole time. I said, she gonna get all y'all. I said it when I watched it. I said, she gonna get y'all. She is gonna get y'all doing my dog wrong.
She did. I didn't see the other super. Who's the other super from Chill Strip?
And Brian, you keep talking about making Storm gay. Let's don't act like Storm don't, let's don't act like she's not a New York girl. She wouldn't kind of play in the lady pond. All right. That would not be out of Storm's character. She ain't a prude, okay? She's not a prude woman.
I don't think I.
Oh yeah, when Cersei blew up the church.
I think that was the only one.
That was crazy. Poor what was her name? Marguerite.
Marjorie.
I said Marguerite.
Marjorie.
Yeah.
She knew what was up when she
Cersei's
tried
not
to get up
here.
out.
Why do you think that is?
When she tried to get up out of there, I was like, "Up, it's too late. You ain't getting through all them people. You ain't getting out of there."
Oh, Lord.
I'm rewatching House of Dragon, and every time I watch, even though she is my favorite character, every time I watch Rhaenys come out the ground with Meleys and not fired the Greens up. I'm just like, God, man. And when she dies, I'm like, you could have prevented your death. All you had to do was tell Maylise Tricardis. She was ready. Maylise was ready. She was ready.
Randy
Yeah,
said,
so
y'all ain't
when I
gonna
saw
put
that
them
happen,
bodies on me. He said, y'all ain't gonna put them bodies on me. Nope.
right? The queen that
Brian,
never
are you
was and
new
never
around
will
here?
be.
You have a vulgar little mouth, sir. You've been getting it these past 5 minutes.
Jesus.
You have a little porty mouth.
Oh shoot. All right. I think that's everything. We were kind of just rambling on. Nothing else going on.
Hold on. I got something for you. Damson Idris just
Oh,
did
I
the
see
cut
it. I see
with
it.
Time.
From Time. Damson Idris was asked if Marvel had talked to him about playing T'Challa in the MCU. No. I don't know anything about that. I don't believe that, but he's just talking. But that's interesting that so that adds to what Tina was saying. He's still getting talked about by outside sources that have no connection to Marvel about playing a Marvel character and a character they said they weren't going to recast. So if he continues, it'll be interesting. Is Coogler doing press for X-Files or whatever?
See, now I don't know when X-Files is coming.
Hmm.
Because if Black Panther 3 is supposed to come out in 2028, they would need to be in post-production by the end of this year. So are you doing X-Files and Black Panther? I mean, pre-production. Are you doing X-Files and Black Panther in the same year? Something's going to get pushed.
I would feel like it would have to be X-Files.
But yeah, I imagine when it comes out, he's going to do press for it. He's going to sell it, of course. It's his.
So then when he does that, whichever's coming first, it'll be interesting the next time he sits in front of an interviewer, because he's definitely if they don't ask him this, because people were dancing around it the last time. Oh, who recast? Nobody ever Charlemagne. Nobody ever said Damson to him. I want to know who's going to be the bold interviewer that's going to say, okay, have you heard this Damson Idris talk? What do you think about Damson Idris as T'Challa? Would you cast him? Hey, man, I don't know. We got to talk about it. I don't know how he's going to do, but somebody's definitely going to ask him about that. I mean, this is Damson's now talked about this on Good Morning America, right? Wasn't that Good Morning America? Time he's talked about this with the Breakfast Club. And there was another.
Why is he doing an interview with Time? I need to pull that interview up to see what's going on. I mean, look, when press for Doomsday start, if we don't get to hear from Coogler before then, I mean, you'll get to ask Shuri and everybody.
Yeah. Yes, DJ Chillmonger and I do right now. Chill's schedule is a little floppy, and mine is also. But we are supposed to be doing a daily show called The Afternoon Woke Up, and we do that at 2:15 Central Standard Time, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, 8:15 Central Standard Time for the show that's on currently. We only do this show on Thursdays. Tina has a YouTube channel as well. She Dreads Me. You can check her out, and so does Torian. Torian Rain Reloaded. He has his YouTube channel as well. And then Marcus Chill and I do this one. Chill is Chillmonger. Marcus is back of the bus. Yeah, but yeah, we do this. We try to. Official EMG, haven't seen you in a minute. He said, I think he said X-Files was his next project, and he was doing it for his mom because she loves the show. So I don't think it's moving. Well, maybe he's doing. He did say he was doing that for his mom. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I can't see Black Panther coming out in 2028. Then that's
maybe it doesn't. I mean, maybe it doesn't.
Or late. It'll have to be late 2028. Because if it's coming out 2028, we already in 2026. They would need to be going into pre-production by the end of next year. Like, they have to get that show on the road and be done filmed by 2027 to meet 2028. So I guess we'll see. But Damson, he'll start doing press. Oh my God, this is gonna be bad. He's gonna start doing press for Children of Blood and Bone. around the same time that Doomsday.
And we was talking about that earlier
wow.
too.
I didn't even know
Doomsday
that.
comes out in December. Children of Blood
Oh
and Bone comes
wow.
out in
Comes out in
January.
He's not
January.
he
Yeah.
he so his PR team is gonna have to, or his whoever handles that's gonna have to go in before him and say, hey, no T'Challa questions.
Or they might
No.
let it fly. They might want him to get this role. They might say,
Maybe.
let's rock out. I think he wants it.
I think he wants it, but I
Now,
think
what the
he
thing
I
is,
think he
I don't
yeah.
know.
I think
Is
he
it
wants
T'Challa or
it. What you
T'Challa?
said, he wants it though. The T'Challa thing, because he's aware of that people don't want the Junior, so I think he wants it as well.
I don't. I think Damson just wants a long-term deal. That's what I think. That's what I was told by very reliable sources, that he did not want to do the Secret Wars Doomsday type variant type deal. He wants a long-term deal. That's why he went
Yeah.
out for the Jon Stewart Children of Blood and Bone, and he wants to play ball with Marvel. That's what I was told. Every role that he's went out for are sequels. He wants a long-term deal. So he wasn't rocking with what the Russos was pitching. Hey, you want to come in and play ball for? No, where Cougar at? What he doing?
Right.
What he got going on? He's gonna have a tough press run for Children of Blood and Bone for sure.
Yeah, especially I didn't even realize that was going to be around the same time.
Yep.
Interesting. He's not going to dodge those questions. I mean, he's getting
Nope.
asked about it at time, getting posted at 11:14 p.m. my time.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's not. And that's coming off this is coming off the heels of the Marvel fashion show. So
But listen, but and keep this in mind. This is how you know he wants to be in Marvel. He wants a long-term deal because they are not shutting these questions down. His PR team is not stopping them. They want us to talk about it. He wants to play ball.
yeah, interesting. Got another super. Let me see. Let me go back to this. Here we are. I am too fly. Cam said, separate question. Will Trump run again in 2028?
Lord knows he'll try.
I feel like, I mean,
He might just not leave. Hell,
they already are basically.
That part.
He's
Trying to
sporting.
see that ballroom through to the end.
Yeah, he's renovating a house he's renting. He's that stuff. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. This just make me un-American. I don't really give a fuck what he's doing to the White House because it doesn't affect me. I don't care. I care about the other shit he's doing because people talk about what rose garden. People crying real tears over a rose garden you probably have never gardened in. But that's neither here nor there. But I think as far as the 2028 shit, yeah, he's sporting. He's showing hats and things for 2028 and Trump this and Trump that. When he had the members of from the UN, some of the members from the UN at the White House, he was showing them the hats, Trump 2028. Steve Bannon is talking like, oh, no, we have something in place. And I truly believe him when he says that, because these are the same people that said Project 2025 was not real. And lo and behold, they came out and said, surprise, it is real. And we knew all about it. And we're implementing these things now. And they truly are implementing everything that they said they were going to do. So when they say they have a plan for him to run in 2020, I believe it. Will they be able to execute it without it? I really don't know. Stacey Abrams, I think it was Stacey Abrams that gave the 7 or 10 steps to autocracy, and we are literally living in those steps. So I don't know. I don't know. I have no clue what's going to happen. I have no
How old
clue
is
what's
he?
going to happen.
Damn.
He's near 80 or 80s, early 80s, maybe late 70s.
You know what I said? Because everything is, it's sad that everything, the stuff that's going on is it's now just become the new normal. Like, not to say that I've given up hope or anything like that, but it's tough, man. The things that they are doing, some of the it's tough. So it's just like I've said this though. If they drop, if ever those Epstein files ever do come out, I don't know that even matters anymore. It's like
No,
I don't. It doesn't. I don't think that even matters
people don't
because
care.
I think we're gonna get to such a place with this weird Trump administration and the people that support this administration too. It's very and the people. For those of you, even those of you that are in the chat, I don't give a damn. Those of you already know my position on politics and Trump. So I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and if this hurts your feelings, you can unsubscribe. Those of you that are supporting him, these are your feelings as well. When you are supporting this man and you are out here advocating for this man, fighting and arguing people tooth and nail on Twitter for this man, you support his ideas, you support those views. So when he says, if those Epstein, I said all that to say, if those Epstein files do get released and it does show that, hey, your president, the person that you are fighting tooth and nail for is indeed a pedophile, that is going to also become something it's not that bad.
It ain't that big of a deal. Yeah, it's just, hey, where were the parents?
It's not that bad.
And also, guess what? All right, so it's officially 12:42 a.m., which means it is officially Halloween. Does anyone want to know what's going to be happening at 12 a.m. midnight today?
No.
Those SNAP benefits get cut off.
Oh yeah, that part.
Yeah.
That part. I'm not. I
so
will
at
keep mine.
at 12:01 a.m. 11/1/2025, your SNAP benefits are done until they decide to open this government back up.
And it's not as if they can't
be.
reach into the emergency funds and fund, but you rather be giving money to Argentina. You rather be giving money to this ballroom instead of feeding the American people that you campaigned on, saying, "Oh, day damn one, I'm taking care of America. I'm doing this. I'm doing that." You're not taking care of America.
Nope.
So I'm so bro, and it's exhausting because it hasn't. We got 3 more years.
Hasn't it been a long year?
It hasn't been a whole year. It hasn't been a whole year. That's the thing. It hasn't been a whole year. It hasn't even been a whole year since the election. That's the crazier part.
Yes, and my thing is this: I keep saying, like, even if because they've been talking about his health issues, even if something was to happen with his health issues and he passed. It's like Hydra. Cut off one head, 2 more will come. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. They are all the sycophants over there. They are all so twisted and corrupted. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And if Mike Johnson gets on national television and says he hasn't seen one more thing as a Speaker of the House, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I'm over it. I'm over it. So yes, I am too, Fly Cam. I do believe he's going to be our dictator in 2028.
It's crazy because this is just black people. We just like, fuck it, whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll figure it out. But it is sad. I do feel bad, especially for like elderly people. For real.
You know what's so crazy too? You know what's so crazy too is because I was doing I'm in the midst of I'm on leisure, which basically means I'm away from home, and I had to take a flight to get to my destination. And I'm just sitting there saying, I'm going through this airport, and I'm watching all these people basically do volunteer work. They have not been paid in probably over maybe now 2 weeks now, because I think people who are in the government, I think they got their last check like 2 weeks ago. I have a person where I work at who told me that this might be the last time I see them for a while because they were furloughed.
Yeah.
And it blew my mind when they told me that, because I'm always used to seeing this person at my job when we have events. So it was actually kind of sad to hear, and I said, she told me, you'll know the government is back open because you'll see my face again. She even said that she even had to start probably having to sell her season tickets to keep money coming in, because now there is no income coming in because she's furloughed. And it just like literally, like, I'm not even gonna lie, my heart sank a little bit when she said that.
Yeah.
And I said people don't realize that when they say the government shuts down, a lot of people who, especially if you live outside of the DMV area, people think when they think of the government, they always think of course, the presidency or the FBI or all these three-lettered organizations. I said no. The government is like one big giant umbrella. And underneath that umbrella is layers on top of layers of
Right.
everything else that trickles down like a domino effect. And one thing about a domino is when you knock one over, they all fall over until the last domino falls. This one domino has been falling for the last 31 days and counting.
I
With no
mean, when
end in
he
sight.
came in, they started laying people off. Like this is supposed to be the administration of, like you said, there is America first. We're bringing jobs back. We're getting the immigrants out. Y'all
Yeah.
been laying people off the whole damn.
Did
year.
you see? Did you
Sad.
see how many? Did you see how many people got laid off from Amazon?
Oh yeah.
A bunch of
yeah.
businesses?
A
Amazon,
whole
like,
bunch of
the whole list.
UPS, and they said that,
UPS.
and they literally said that they are replacing them with AI and robots. Those are their words. They said by 2030, like that's what it's going to be.
And see, the thing about this administration has been very obvious, and this goes back to even the Ellison conversation with WB. If you don't look like them, if you don't talk like them, if you don't walk like them, if you don't believe in the ideals that they believe in, you've got to go. You don't fit that "Make America Great Again" bill. You don't fit that image that, and that not even if you do. Now, like the black folks that are tap dancing, they look at you as nothing more than a superior pet. But you're out there tap dancing for them, thinking that you can assimilate with them. They don't really give a damn about you. They don't give a damn about you. You fit into their ideal because you are nothing more than that pawn they can send out there. Like what he say? Look at that. What did Trump say? That look at my black, my
The
black.
blacks.
The
The
blacks.
blacks and this and this and that. So yeah, while simultaneously trying to erase slavery from the museums, the comments that he made about young Chicago black boys, and then the mayor had to get up there in national television and say, "No, you're not what the president of the United States just called you." It's crazy to me when I see black MAGA people. After he has attacked your community the way that he's attacked your community, and not just him, these people. I mean, you're looking at Kristi Noem, who has said that all black women are not Kristi Noem, Laura Loomer, who is a supporter of Trump, who has said all the things that she has said about black folks. You got look at what Kelly. What's the bitch's name? What's her name? God. She has a podcast too. Charlie Kirk Kelly, Megan something.
Megan Kelly.
Megan Kelly. What she was saying about the comments she was making about Obama, it baffles me. And then I know black folks that are like, but that's my party. And I'm like, what the? Is it a mental illness? Is it self-hate? I'm curious. What is it? And I could go on. Because this is real life stuff. I talk about this real life stuff every day.
You have JD Vance calling 30-year-olds kids after what got leaked in them Republican chats.
Look, and Brian, let me say something, Brian, you're in the chat. Democrats don't give a damn about black people. They think they can roll out Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion and get your vote. I guarantee you, if Kamala would have won the race, we would not be here today with people about to lose their health care and food.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be having conversations with my grandmother who has had her checks cut. I wouldn't be having conversations with my grandmother telling me that, hey, if things don't get better, the government doesn't open back up, and I don't get my money and checks and things, I might have to do my oxygen from my car.
Yeah.
So no. So no, I don't want to hear that shit either.
Yeah.
Everybody's situation is completely different.
Yep.
Just
do I think Democrats,
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Do I think Democrats and Republicans, does any party really care about black people? No. But I do think we would just be in a different situation today.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I think I'm not saying that we would be in this utopia, but we sure wouldn't be in hell. Because this is hell.
I've done several deep dives on the similarities of both of them damn parties, and that's exactly why I said they are two wings attached to the same buzzard.
They are.
Yeah,
they are. I agree, but I just think we'll be in a different place.
A different place, a better place.
But I said, you got to vote. I said you got to vote in your own interest and not in spite of it. But yeah, we in for a bumpy ride, y'all. Like I said, it's only Halloween. Well, for some of us,
Look,
it is
and it's
October
only
31st
gonna
for
get
some of
worse.
us.
That's why I just told Lawrence. I don't know
Oh, yeah.
where this world is gonna be in 10 to 15 years with this AI bubble. I've been saying it for years. It is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life, honestly. Like, I'm really scared on what is this world gonna be 10 to 15 years from now with AI coming in just decimating jobs, decimating them. What are people supposed to do? You can't tell them to go to McDonald's anymore and get a job.
Exactly. I don't know if y'all saw it, but it's somewhere in Texas. They had like like McDonald's first fully almost AI store, like literally, like it was fully ran by robots.
Where's people supposed to work at? What are they supposed to do? Everybody can't be a plumber. Everybody can't do all these, you know, it's gonna get real shaky and dicey. And it's sad because I grew up during the time where they say go to school, get your degree, you'll have a corporate job. They cutting corporate jobs.
Now the ice cream machine isn't broken. I actually learned it's not the ice cream machine is broken. It's because they don't want to clean it. That's what it is. I actually learned that from somebody. They said it's not that it's broken. It's because they don't want to clean it after they're done cleaning it for the day. They don't want to have to use it and then have to clean it again. They just use the excuse of it's broken, so people they'll believe that broken line more often. But yeah, that's their reason. It's not broke.
Yeah. And then, see me being here in backwards red state fucking our cousins, not our fucking they cousins, Oklahoma. They're starting. The first one is going to be in Mustang High School, the Turning Point USA chapters at these high schools.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the?
Isn't that from y'all former superintendent? Now former superintendent
Ryan Walters, the one that got caught watching the porn on.
Yeah,
yes, yeah, the corn. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, him. That's from him. And
and then he just resigned, and now he's trying to go after the teachers union or something like that.
Yes,
I said that guy is a clown.
They are so. And then our governor got on television today talking about some, we're not gonna. The government is shutting down, so that means Oklahoma, you do not get because of the Democrats, because our governor is Republican. Because of the Democrats, our government still shut down. They're refusing to negotiate, and since they refuse to negotiate, this is where we need Oklahomans to be a neighbor. Check on your neighbor. Check on your neighbor. I tell you what, knock on my door and check on me if you want to. You better be checking on me with some goddamn money. Don't knock on my door talking about, are you okay? No, we ain't okay. No. No. Talk about a neighbor being a neighbor. What the fuck is that gonna do? We all just gonna be just collectively hungry together? Because what are you talking about? He said food banks. Them food banks are gonna be empty on the first. Them food banks are gonna be empty
them
on
stores
the
are gonna be empty on the first. They told them people, look, if you got SNAP benefits, they about to get cut off. So I can only imagine these stores are probably at just as packed this whole week as they ever were on the first of the month.
Yeah, and you about to have a lot of people stuffing waistbands, purses, backpacks.
Yeah. I bet some of them stores probably look like how it was when they say, look, it's a big storm coming.
Oh yeah.
Go and get as much as you can. That's probably what they.
And that's also assuming that people had stamps left over from October.
Yep.
That too. Because some of them got depleted.
Oh yeah, because if you didn't get your, and my thing is, are they doubling up the next month if they come in December? Because what the fuck?
And let me tell you, they are petty because they knew exactly what they was doing. They said we gonna cut your SNAP benefits ahead of Thanksgiving.
I think they want people to cut up. I think they want.
Yeah, I think I really do. They want chaos. They want chaos to ensue.
And
that's
you know
really
whose face they're going to plaster on it? Ours. Because they already have this narrative that it's our folks that are eating up the SNAP benefits. It's our folks that are on government assistance. So when they see our folks stealing and stuff like that, they're going to say, look, we told you. This is why Trump is sending the National Guard in, because they're this and they're that and they're they're dangerous. They're stealing. They're thieves. They're ravenous.
Darius, I'm glad you said that because I was on my Instagram story today and somebody posted up news clip, or what was seemingly a news clip, where they were interviewing this black woman, talking about food stamps and being cut off, and her like getting like $2,500 or something like that in food stamps. And then of course on Twitter, literally this woman is on there talking about like how were they getting all of this money and stuff like that for food stamps. Turns out that was a whole AI video.
Look, that's what I be telling people. Some of this stuff don't be real, bruh. Like some of this stuff is chaos, like being created. This stuff is crazy, and it's only gonna get worse because
Yeah, it's
AI
only
is
gonna get
getting
worse.
so much better. I seen somebody post, one of the Congress people. They said if you make $60,000 or more a year, you're probably paying $1.50 a month for SNAP benefits. So all these people walking around, I'm paying for everybody food stamps. A lot of people don't even make 60, but if you make 60, you might be paying $1.50 a month to go
And that's
towards
what
the
they
SNAP program.
and that's what they don't like to tell people. A lot of people who are getting food stamps actually work.
They work, yeah.
It's not even all the people that are just sitting on their ass all day not doing anything. It's a lot of people who have good paying jobs who get welfare check, like get SNAP benefits.
I'm in Florida. They make you work. You got to work down here to get it.
So as of next month, I would have quit working corporate. I haven't worked a corporate job in a year. Thank you, Lord. I'm happy, blessed, and highly favored. I'm free. I feel free. But before that, my last corporate job type deal, if you even want to call it corporate, was I worked for the government. I worked for DHS.
Yeah.
And so my job was literally SNAP benefits. My job was intaking either you already had SNAP benefits, or I was helping you fill out an application or whatever. You'd be surprised at some of the people that do get SNAP benefits, and it's not because we're poor, this and that. Some of these people make good money and still get SNAP benefits, but it's kind of, it's based upon how many people you have in your household, children, this and that, blah blah blah. So not everybody is poor on these SNAP benefits, but also it's also not obviously, I can't tell everybody's race through the phone, but you can tell when you're talking to a brother, when you're talking to a sister, when you're talking to somebody. A lot of the time, and I can see your race on my side of the screen anyway. A lot of the time when these folks are calling in, it is white folks.
Yeah,
it's white folks. It's white folks on SNAP benefits, on government assistance. They're going to spin the narrative to make it seem like it's us, though. Come when all this shit, because it's gonna happen, when all this looting and crazy shit starts to happen, because it's gonna happen. You're taking people's SNAP benefits away before the holidays, and it's not even the holidays. You're taking people's SNAP benefits away. Some of these folks are single moms with 5 kids that don't make it home in time to make a full meal or whatever, so they're relying on those SNAP benefits to feed their kids through
and that's school.
Yeah.
Our Head Starts are shut down here. That's sad. That is sad. They shut down Head Starts here. And my wife does hair, and she was just telling me about how one of the principals like brought 3 kids in with her and was like, their parents had to go to work. So I'm like, bro, this stuff is like, it's sad. I don't like when stuff affects elders and kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That it's just sad.
Like I said, like we said, it's a trickle down effect. People think that it's only like at the top, but then they realize, and you know what it is also too, going back to the food stamps, because of the narrative that has been going on over the years, and I take that and I attribute that back to when Reagan was in office, when that's the one who concocted that welfare queen title. He was the one that came up with that. Now that all of this is happening, it is now exposing who benefits from welfare and SNAP, who gets it the most, or who is the group that goes into that office every single month. That's another reason why some of them are flipping out, because now the narrative that we are the ones that get it all the time is now about to turn on its head, and the truth is about to be exposed through, you about to we cutting your SNAP benefits off, and whoever is out there in the streets probably screaming the loudest, that's the one that was getting it and abusing it the most. To this day, I'm still pissed off at Brett Favre, the new welfare king. You have all that money. You have all that money, and you stole from people who needed it to build your daughter a volleyball facility. $5 million. You mean to tell me that you have all that money and you can dip into your account and get $5 million and use it as a tax write-off.
Happens every day. Every
Yeah.
single day.
And while we're on the topic of that, of who gets benefits from SNAP and welfare, let's talk about who commits the most welfare fraud.
Oh, that's currently going on right now.
Let's
is
talk
it
about
not?
that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's currently going on right now. It's currently going on right
And I
now.
think I seen they said that the Congress may not reconvene until January. Like, bro, y'all just like this is crazy.
And then
January.
and then to have Mike Johnson up on television talking about, well, the president's working as hard as he can. Last time I saw the president, he was over in South Korea dancing. He's not working as hard as he can.
Oh yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, they be hyping him up with that
Right, they
cringe.
do.
Damn.
Hype him up with it's all the people that just sit around him and just I don't know. It's so annoing. It's so annoying. All
It ain't gonna be no Thanksgiving
all these white
either.
farmers talking about I don't even want to start with the white farmers. Let's start with the Latinos for Trump. Did you see
wait, when Darius said that, I immediately thought of that did y'all see that video of when they came up, it was a song that they came up with. They was like, I vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah. Did you see the lady that was like remember the lady during the campaign? She's like, oh, we love the President Trump and all that stuff. Yeah. So her husband just got deported to Cuba. So
Oh,
now
yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so she's all crying now, talking about, hey, it's not fair and da.
But why?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Did they think like he wasn't gonna affect them? Because I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of these people thought talking about. You was too busy loving President Trump to have your eyes open to see that he was talking about you too.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, he was talking about you the most.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. No, not probably. He definitely was talking about them the most.
And then you had that other woman up there screaming like, I vote for Donald Trump. Oh my God.
Yeah. Man.
If y'all got elders that y'all can support, take care of the old people.
Yeah, for sure.
I
I hate that. My
Listen, them
grandmother is not
houses about to be super crowded. Y'all gonna have to cram up like rats in a little box. Like it's gonna be cold. This is gonna be the coldest winter ever.
Yeah, Christmas damn it! I said Christmas is canceled, but winter is coming.
Exactly. That's a double entendre, and it definitely is, because Christmas gonna be canceled for a lot of people. Y'all gonna be making y'all Christmas gifts this year.
Man,
Y'all going to the arts and crafts store
sad.
and making your Christmas gifts.
I literally just said that. Now, see, I don't have children. It's just me and my significant other, but I don't have children, and like, it is my life. Yeah, it is. It's affected. I'm not gonna say it's not affected. It is. It's not. It's not as affected as hard as I think. Obviously, if I had children.
Yeah, as others. Yeah.
Yeah, as others. But it's definitely it's definitely affected. Now I do. I want to see. Well, I was just let me actually backtrack to say what Stamina was saying. I was just telling my mom today on the phone, hey, I don't want to hear none of y'all's mouths if I don't make it to do nothing but make a plate. I said, because it's hard. I dash. I've been dashing for over a year, and I wouldn't change that for shit, because I'm so free.
Yeah.
But it's like, if it's busy and I can go rack up. Oh yeah, I'm gone.
Gotta go.
First Noel and all that. Hey, I'm gone. I am gone. I'm gonna make that money. Because we got to, man. It's like gas. I don't know how everybody else's electric bill is. My electric bill is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And it's not just me. I posted, because I tagged our electric company here in Oklahoma's OG&E. So I got on Facebook. I said, what the fuck are y'all over there doing? I tagged them in, and I said, lock them up. And tagged Oklahoma City Police Department. I said, lock them up, because it's a crime. So like a lot of other people started commenting on there talking about, no, mine was X amount. I'm like, this is robbery.
Yeah.
This is
And that's
this
the
is
thing.
crazy.
And that's the thing. And that's it. And I was telling other people, I said the government shut down, you ain't getting paid, but guess what? The electricity still got to get paid. The water still
Hey,
got to
y'all.
get paid.
Hey,
Them
let me
phone
tell you
bills still got to
something.
get paid. That internet gonna still get paid. And definitely when them taxes, when that comes
Y'all
around,
better
you
start
most definitely gonna make sure
taxes.
that
We
gets
ain't got no
paid.
damn government. What
I
you
was,
talking about?
hey,
They listen. Hey,
listen.
listen. Uncle Sam don't give a damn.
He
He
don't.
don't
They owe
care.
me. So I'm waiting on a government check from my
Refund. That's what
taxes.
I'm saying. The
Yes,
government
I'm
ain't
still
getting
waiting
no
on.
damn
And so
taxes.
yeah, my tax lady, we kind of, I know it ain't her fault. I know she ain't the government, but we talking about a big lump sum. I'm like, hey, where's my shit? She's
They
talking
laid off half of the IRS people. They when Elon came in, they were slimming the fat, and I'm like, y'all just be doing too much.
And it
Y'all
and
be
it,
doing
it
too much.
is it is because of that, all the people they laid off at the government. Like when I went up to the physical office we have here in the city, because I was like, okay, look, I'd have been on hold for 4 hours, ain't nobody
It's
answering
crazy.
my fucking call. So I'm like, let me go up here, let me make an appointment, go. So I went up here. I went up here, sat on the phone with them for 4 hours a day prior. Went up here for 4 seconds for him to tell me, "Oh, well, if you haven't gotten it yet, and the government with things with the government looming a shutdown, you may not get it." I said, "May not what? May not get it." Yeah. So yeah, it's
And that's the
Listen,
thing. They know playing with people's money is going
playing
to
with
be
people's money.
that's going to be that's the one right there. Like you don't do that. Like especially when like you said, when you have extra mouths to feed. Even if it's just you, that's an expense. But then when you add in other people,
They
then
don't
you are
care.
dependent on it. Exactly, they don't care because it's not happening to them.
let me tell
Exactly.
you.
I look at it. I look at it because I told you I'm rewatching House of Dragon. You know how they was starving the towns folks, and they was up
Yep.
in the castle eating good and shit. Congress is eating good. Town folks are starving. They didn't close
Yep.
the gates and shit. Renera.
Look, but you saw they was intentionally doing it. We finna cut all the food supply off because
Yeah,
they
and
gonna
that's
get agitated. We finna cut it off.
and I think that's what makes
Yeah,
this one worse. Because remember, we dealt with the shutdown in his first
in
term,
his first term.
but it didn't get to the point where they were cutting off food banks and food
Yeah, because
stamps. It didn't get to that point.
they went into the emergency fund. They don't want to do it now. Let me tell you, if y'all are in this chat and y'all are affected by the government shutdown, call y'all peoples. Call the cable company, the light company. Sometimes people have programs set up. Don't stress yourself out. If you can't pay it, you can't pay it. Call them and tell
And
them.
listen, and listen, if you got to cut a streaming service off of two, then hey, you got to. Hey,
I've already, man, I'm already there.
I just turned my Max back on because I wanted to watch Welcome to Derry. I had that thing cut off since the season finale of The Last of Us season 2, so I
I
had it off for months up until this past Sunday.
I cut Disney Plus off during the Kimmel shit. I just ain't been able to afford to get
Ain't
it
got
back
it
on
back.
yet. Now, not only that, I'll
I
let
put it
y'all
on
in on a
pause.
little Pantheon secret. The reason the thumbnails has been so crazy is because I'm not paying for Canva right now.
Right.
It's like, bro, I got to decide. Like,
Figure it out.
yeah. So yeah. I mean, shit's expensive, but you got to do what you got to do. I'm
It's
picking
a
and choosing
reason why.
on what I'm gonna pay.
It's a reason why. Hey, listen. If you want to watch, I'm gonna give y'all another little tip. If y'all do want to watch some shows, from from whatever, y'all better subscribe to some of these reactor channels that watch these shows so you can watch it uncut. I'm telling you, you can get a better subscription deal with them than you can get through these streaming services.
Oh, you're
Hey,
talking about
I'd
like
ra-
joining somebody's. Yeah.
like Patreon. I would
Uh-huh.
pay that Listen, pay $5 a month to watch it uncut with them, with the commentary and everything, rather than paying $20 a month with ads. And they
You
might
can
say, "Oh, we're
also
still going to throw an ad on here because it's not premium. The premium is like an additional $20."
you can also use those sites. I have a site that I use where I
That
watch.
too.
Yeah.
Methods or get that other one. What was it? The VPN.
Yeah, the VPN. Yeah. Nord's VPN.
Man, feel bad.
Yeah.
And Lawrence is
Like
right too
you, I
about the
ain't got no
Discord. Some people be
kids,
having,
so
and that's true. So like some people do be having watch parties in the Discord, and that's
yeah,
completely free. You just got to be in
yeah,
the right Discord.
yep.
I know in the Discord I was in, they was watching Silence of the Lambs the other day.
Damn.
Mm.
Let me hit this last super from I Am Too Fly Cam.
You gon' think about me when I'm gone. I need that money like the ring I never won.
I Am Too Fly Cam said AI will be the final brain rot. Boomers will zero resistance. That is so true. During the No Kings parade, AI videos were going up of empty streets, and boomer Republicans were sharing it, saying, "Look, told you it wasn't going to be successful."
Hey,
You could just hear the Jim Crow in the throat.
Jim Crow.
In the throat.
You could just hear it. He said, "I told you it wasn't going to be successful." Yeah, so yeah, they believe it. They believe it, bro. Have you seen this before we got here? This is TikTok video. I'm not pulling that. There's TikTok video. These two black boys. I guess they were fishing on a private pond. I guess. White dude in the truck. Old white dude pulled up. It's his son's pond. He pulled up. He said, "What did he say?" How did he say it? He said, "You know whose property this is?" And they said, the state." They said, "State? This ain't no state." He said, "This is Jim Taylor's property." Boy, I said, if you can hear the segregation in his voice. That's a funny video. But
they absolutely hate it when we get defiant with them. That's why I say people like that, they are their clan ancestors.
Oh yeah, they clan ancestors for real. For real. Again, appreciate everybody coming out tonight. You can check out our guest Torian Torian Rain Reloaded over on his channel. You can subscribe and watch and check him out. He does movie reviews and more. You can check out Tina on her channel. She dreads me. She covers news, movies, TV show reviews, and things.
I'm gonna be
that
streaming Saturday, y'all. I think 3 or 4 o'clock. I'm gonna try to stream. Y'all know this ain't my thing. I'm gonna try it though.
You're gonna try to stream.
I'm gonna have to catch the playback because I'm here for my homecoming. So, yeah.
Okay. Torian, if you have anything coming up.
Oh yeah. Oh God. I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna be talking about our favorite anti-black lumberjack, Matt Walsh, tomorrow. Well, today. He up there. He up there crying again, talking about how the N-word has become.
I saw that.
Has less dangerous. No, what did he say? The less dangerous or more dangerous than killing a white person. Some bullshit that he said.
But did you also see the other? We getting out of here. The other MAGA influencer that was on there talking about reading scriptures from the Bible, talking about how slavery is okay and God says it's okay.
Listen, you gonna have to give me a name or a face because that could be any one of them because they all read from the same playbook at this point.
And I'm Twitter, convinced it's not the same Bible I'm reading from.
I'm telling, not the New Testament, Old Testament, or the King James Version. I'm telling you, they are crashing out on Twitter. It's funny to see. It's hilarious to see. It's sad. It's pathetic, but it is funny. It's entertainment for me. I will say that. I get a good kick out of it, and they give me good content. Because a lot of the times, a lot of the videos that I do put up is stuff that they post on there, and it's so easy to debunk. That's the crazy part. I'm like, how do y'all sit here and eat even an ounce of this crap up?
I see Candace Owens was mad because she said they didn't invite her to speak at Charlie Kirk's funeral. I saw that. She was a little upset.
She is such a pick me.
She said she's moving away from Trump now because she just
moving on her to her next.
Did you see what Funky said about her though? That shit was funny.
I think I did.
When he called her the MAGA mammy. He called her the MAGA mammy. He said, and it was funny when he said it because he was dusting off his glasses while he was doing it and talking so it was so nonchalant. But he was like, I'm just so sad that it took the death of that racist white boy for you to turn on Trump.
Well, hey, what he said there, Tassa, I'm sorry, you just can't come back over here.
She was never over here. That's the thing. Candace was never over here. Like the first time I heard about her.
Parlay back and forth though. Candace will kind of be one. Candace from South Carolina. She like to come back when she feel like somebody doing her wrong.
Yeah, MAGA mammy. That is Clandis and MAGA mammy.
No, my nickname for her is the Coonstress.
Yes, she's that too. She is that too. That's funny. Lauren said Omarosa was the first one. You can't forget her. That's very true.
Oh yeah, Omarosa.
Omarosa was riding. It was riding.
And then remember Stacy Trash? She tried to. That's a whole nother can of worms right there.
Like Omarosa. We saw Omarosa. And did you think you was gonna be able to come in and this gonna be different from you? You was a different black.
Her grift lasted a little bit longer than Omarosa, but I mean,
it's only because of the day and age. If Omarosa would have had a podcast too and been able to just get on there and say the stupid shit that MAGA Mammy says, Omarosa would probably still be here too. I believe what's her name would still be here too. What's her name that the Boondocks did an episode on? Ann Coulter. I don't ever hear about Ann Coulter no more.
Oh, wait a minute though. She said something about Ramaswamy last year. She says, I do like all your policies and everything like that, but I still wouldn't vote with you for president because you're Indian. Like she literally said that. She literally said that. She literally said that to his face on his podcast.
That's funny. She's like Ruckus, because Ruckus told Robert, I help you with the bag, Robert, but you're a coon.
One thing about Ann Coulter, she anti-black as hell, but she ain't gonna bite her tongue. She don't dance around with it. No, she don't dance. You know how they say she live in your truth. That's exactly what she nests there and always has. My nickname for her is Skeletor.
She looks it. Well, again, we are out. Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Take us home, Josh.
Bye.
Peace.